Shout out to the NTZ crew. I know y'all gonna be here. There's Jacob Tanjay. Really appreciate it, man. Shout out to all my fourth quarter members. That's Jeffrey Tatter. What times it travels? Harry Shoulders. What's up, Harry? W Secrets to Success. All my old heads, there's Doubtful Genius. He said, felicitations to all. Thank you, man, for all your support over the years. Any new viewers and subscribers join us today. Anybody catching this on replay? The peso is 57.88. It's still up there. What's up, Big Love? He said, hi, everyone. It's in the high 40s here in South Louisiana, but for some reason, I can't get warm. How's everybody? Yeah, it's just a reasonable. It's the same old 82 degrees here, man. The sun's out. I'm going to miss this weather, man. He said, got that sportswear. Sunshine, what's up, Cisco? Are you still in the Philippines, Cisco, or you went back? What's up, Sonny D? You know, we always have a topic, but hell, this is y'all live stream. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. Just put in the comments. But, you know, what we miss from chasing women in the Philippines. You know, we miss out on a whole lot. We got her stuck to our hip. And, you know, women are the focus point of people coming to the Philippines, no matter how much you tell them that she shouldn't be. She's at the top. And we miss out on a whole lot in the Philippines, man. There's more to the Philippines than women, you know, but of course y'all not gonna believe that. And I'm gonna come out with a video later, you know, don't believe the hype. You know, what's the real Philippines and what's clickbait? It's hard to tell if you've never been over here. But most of the guys who I meet here and this is their first time, they have an aha moment. And they'll say, yeah, it all makes sense now to me. Because while you're over there watching these videos and stuff, it's simply entertainment for you. You don't know whether it's real or not. That's the frustrating part about it. But always remember that the man makes the destination. The destination doesn't make the man. It just could be everybody giving their viewpoint. But you see all kind of stuff online now. And I get it, you know, YouTube, you know, there's a blurred line between clickbait and the real thing. Because at the end of the day, YouTube is a business. I just don't operate like that. I'm naive. I've never looked at it like that. I've never did the clickbait and all that. I just give you my true blue experiences over here. But it's a pretty good video. I think you're going to enjoy it. You're going to learn a lot from it, especially if you've never been over here. What times it travel? Mopar, what's up? What's up, Mike Alexander? He said, remember, crew, you're the prize. Yeah, but they forget that. And, you know, I was saying something today. Let me see. Did I write this down? Yeah, I did this, Jacob. It's funny you bring this up. I put this down. I said, a lot of men who come here have no chance with women back home. None at all. Okay? Not even Big Shirley. And when you come over here and you see it, you agree with me. I mean, I'm not Don Juan or nobody, Rico Suave at all, but it's a lot worse case scenarios over here than me. And I can get a woman back home. She's not going to be Maryland. But I can get a woman at home. But some of these guys, you can just look at them, you can tell. You better be lucky the Philippines exists. Because there would be nothing for you here. I mean, nothing for you back home. And they're happy, man. They're happy. But, you know, you put that down there. Travel, learn, repeat. Says guys are going for the same reason you are there. Women and young women like that. But no, I never came to the Philippines for women, see? This is where you're wrong. Now, once I figured out what was over here, I stayed. And then you're talking about somebody who's been over here for a long, long time. Okay, my perspective's not the same anymore. I'm seeing something totally different. But no. Or at the same time, you could be right, but I'm letting guys know that there's more to it than the Philippines. Travel, learn, repeat. Okay? But if you've never been over here, or that was your only focus, then that's what this vlog is for you, people like you. You're going to miss out on a whole lot of stuff, just simple stuff over here that you'll find interesting, but you won't get to do it because you've got her tied to your hip. Okay, it's all overrated anyway, for real. I can say that I haven't been here almost 16 years. You know, it'll all get old. The dust is going to settle, man. Okay, you're going to empty your sack after a while. Then what? If that's all and that's just a shallow reason to travel anywhere for women. Let's be honest, man. It's shallow. If that's all you're coming for as a women. But then we want to pick on her and say all she wants is our money. It's all shallow, man, but I'm just telling you from somebody who has experience. There's a lot more to the Philippines. My buddy, Confident Voice Speaks, he's from the Virgin Islands, and he sent me a video that was, he's still at home. And I was like, wow, man, it looks like the Philippines. You know, he was at the beach. He's like, yeah, man. He says, why when I come to the Philippines, I'm not too impressed with the beaches or whatever it is, because I come from a place that looks just like the Philippines. And I told him, I said, well, you know, there's no beaches where I'm from in Louisville, Kentucky. There's lakes and everything, but nothing like I see over here. And it doesn't matter wherever I go. I love beaches, no matter where they are. When I went to Patio, I love Beach Road, even though you can't get in the water. But a lot of people, they don't go anywhere near the beach, or the mountains, or the hiking, or a lot of the things, because their focus is the woman. Even though Jacob Chanje says, hey, you guys don't forget you're the prize, it doesn't make any difference. What's up, Angelo Habib? What's up, man? What's up, Dan Boston? He said, it is what it is, pure and simple. Yeah, everything is what it is. He said, true story, Cal. The dating apps in America have made it hard on the average Joe over here. Well, I'm just saying, these guys aren't the average Joe. I'm the average Joe. They're beyond the average Joe. When you see some of these guys, you'd be like, man, you better be glad there's a place like the Philippines exists. Because you don't have anything coming. And I got to tip my hat to the women over here for dealing with some of the men they deal with. I'm like, the desperation's at an all-time high. I mean, really. I mean, if you see, I'm like, lady, you're kissing this man, you're laying down with him and all of that. But, you know, I'm not here to judge. I'm just telling you what I see. What's up, Duro? He said, Magandang umaga. Shout out from Texas. Yeah, you know, we speak Visayan here. I had to catch myself when I was in Manila. I was getting ready to say, Mayam Buntag, and then I would catch, because that's really all I know in Tagalog, is Magandang umaga. What's up, Got That Sports? Where is the Cal looking shredded? I'm going to the gym today. What's up, Elad? What Terrence Chavez says, I can get women in America. Seems like only last name. Fours, Shirley, Susie's, yeah. But you've been over here before. And you see, you know, especially in Manila, because remember, you're going to see more of everything in Manila. So you're going to see more age gap relationships, more guys who have nothing coming at home. What's up, Juice? Nate Chandler says, South Carolina checking in. What's the weather like over there? JGBK said, Cal, you think the Jim and Dexter is losing his mind? I don't know him, but he just seems like a good guy to me. People say things when they get frustrated. I think he loves that woman, from what I see, and I really don't know him. I'm just looking at, they say don't make videos and stuff like that, and when you're angry, because you may say a lot of stuff you regret later on. Because believe it or not, I'm telling you from experience, people will remember your every word, JGBK. I've said stuff 4.5 years ago. People will call you on it. It's like you can't change, you can't evolve. You're supposed to be the same person 4.5 years ago as you are today. But they'll remember every word you said. Now, why, I don't know, but they just do. And I think a lot of that's coming back to bite him. He says he wasn't coming back to the Philippines. Here he is. But when he said that, I just kind of knew that wasn't happening, man. The Philippines grabs a hold of you. And he says he's been here 4 or 5 times. I knew he was coming back here. Okay? And remember, he's got a lot at stake. If I was him, I would be trying to make it work. All the money and time and everything he's got invested. I mean, if that's what he's got his mindset on, that woman and their family and everything. Because hell, he built a big ass house. What's up, Johnny S? Adam said, what's up, Cal, here in Missouri? I'll be back in the Philippines again this June. Was there last year also. Yeah, I'll be back long before that. Missouri was playing, the last game I was watching, Missouri was playing Arkansas. I don't know if that game's still on or not. Lady Like Me, Elites, him in, says hello from Vegas. One Click Video says, you're so right about the very low quality men that go to the Philippines and end up with unbelievable women at their side. Frankly, it's disgusting to see. Well, I'm not going to say it's disgusting, but I'm just saying that Jacob Tanjay said, remember, guys, we're the prize. And obviously we are, because when you see some of the stuff over here, man, you'll be shocked. You'll be like, wow. And like I said, I'm not a woman. I can't walk in their shoes. But I'm like, lady, what's going through your mind? Okay? But, like the man said, it is what it is. I'm not going to change it. He said, sending love from Vegas. He says, have your travel plans for the PI made before arriving? Man, boy, this is a great. I always say this, though, and I got this on here. This is why I always tell people to have just a simple itinerary, because that way, even if you do get a woman and she's kind of forced to go along with you now, you don't want her driving the car. You're not going to go too many places. If you've already got a few places, even though they're not set in stone, if you just got it in your mind and you let her know, yeah, I really would like to go to Tagaytay or Batangas or whatever it is, you've already put that out there. And remember, this is your first time coming here, man. You can't let somebody lead you around like that. I mean, it's a long, long way here. And when you get here, it's a lot to see, it's a lot to do, and you want to make it worth your while. Okay? But no matter what I tell you, you're always going to make the woman the number one focus. Is there ways around that? I don't know. I don't know. What's up, Harry Shoulders? He said, good chance you end up competing for the same woman with a bad chick over there. Well, I don't know about that. It's just so many women here, man. There's millions and millions and millions of women. He says 7-Eleven in Vegas. Yeah, so that means you're, what, 4 hours behind. So you're 16 hours behind the Philippines. He said, "What part of Missouri are you in?" I'm not in Missouri. I'm in the Philippines right now. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. He said, "Don't be staying here too long, big dog." No, oh man, I already got it wrote down. The first place I'm going is the Social Security. Well, I'm not going to be able to because the guy wrote me, said, "Cal, you need your birth certificate when you go there." So I got to get that first. I'm going to order that before I even leave. I got a few more days to get online and order that. Um, but then I'm going to see the lawyer. It's going to be, I'm talking about the actual physical places I'm going. What's up, Rashad? He said, "How will you feel? How will you deal with the lack of tune-ups when you're back in the States? Don't be having Shirley on speed dial." No, that's just something, man. You can't get used to that. That is the downfall. That's why I don't really like looking at Maryland now, But that's just something I'm gonna have to deal with. And I'm not dealing with them women over there. I mean, really, I'm not. I mean, I can go 30 days. But that's a good question. You now that's something you really get spoiled with, okay? And it's a big difference. I haven't had a dry spell like that in almost 16 years. It'll be 16 years in April. Them dry spells are dangerous, man. They hurt. But I just find something to do. I'll work out extra, meditate. But that's an incentive for me to get back here as soon as possible. But yeah, that's a big one, man. It's just like I said. They don't make them like Maryland over there. Quaver says, "You don't need to go to the Philippines. I'll give you world class." Sucky, brother. Yeah, I bet you will. He said, "The same in Thailand. Yeah, anywhere you go. But over here, it just seems like it's more plentiful. And, it's not, okay, because I met a guy, his name, I think it's Hot Travels MC, yeah, Hot Travels Motorcycle Club. And he was telling me, he lived in Thailand and now he lives in the Philippines. He said the difference was I had girlfriends in Thailand. He said, but they wanted like $1,000 a month to be with me. He said over here it's different because I wanted to interview him, but we didn't. Our roads didn't cross. We saw each other at the embassy, but then when I was supposed to interview him, he had went back to sleep because you got to get up early to go to the damn embassy. And when he woke up here, I was in the bed and we were leaving in the morning. But he said, yeah, the big difference for him was he had girlfriends in Thailand. He said, but they wanted like $1,000 a month to be with him. And really, honestly, that's even though it's not going to be cut and dry like that over here. That's basically what you're paying over here. Except the difference is you don't pay the 1,000 separately like that, like in Thailand, and then you also have to buy food and take care of it and all that. See over here, no, you're going to spend about 1,000. Jim was right. When it comes down to it, to have the woman with you, the rent, the food, the places you go, her needs, you'll spend about 1,000 a month. He said, PI is a magnet for some extreme expats. You see them all. Yeah, you're right about that. But they're clamping down on that foolishness, man. Just about every day you see something in the newspaper where they're busting somebody. W Secrets to Success says, don't allow material items to keep you in a bad situation, especially relationships. That's the big thing that I've let go of, man. See, no matter how long I'm back, 3 or 4 weeks, I'm going to have to deal with that over there. All my friends got new trucks and everything. Remember I was telling y'all about, I'm going to have to buy a whole new wardrobe, but I'm not going to do it. Because they look at your clothes, and why, you've been over there for 6 years. Where's your Rolex? And, all that stupid stuff. I'm walking right back into that. Okay, people watch you over there. What you wear. And now my daughter's looking for a car. So I can help her find a car. But it's all materialism over there. I've let that go. Man, I'm going to tell you, I wear stuff like this. T-shirts and shorts every single day. When I went to embassy, I had to buy a long pair of pants because I didn't bring a pair of pants with me. I've got one pair of jeans that I rolled over here, that I brought over here in 2018. I can still wear them, thankfully. Maryland went out and bought me a 2X hoodie today. That's basically, now when I get back home, I'll probably go to one of those places, Dillard's or one of those places, and buy me a nice, heavier jacket that I'm only going to leave. Well, I'm going to bring it with me because whenever I have to go back. But that's what you run into over there. And people looking you up and down. What kind of car you driving? Where you live? We're all in the same situation for real. Hey, Sonny D, thanks for that super chat. He said, you in for a real shock. American women are big. Yeah, but I'm not looking at them. I promise you, man. I'm not going to, honestly, Sonny D, I'm not going to risk what I got, man. This last 6.5 years, and see, this is what I'm going to tell my family because they're going to say, well, why you been gone so long? When it all falls together like it did, life happens, but man, everything that could go right for me went right for me this last 6 years and 2 months. I have really the perfect life for me, I'm saying. A life that I always dreamed about. It was in here. Now I'm living it. You don't have to believe it, but it's true. I'm going to be over there as little as possible. It's just that now the run is coming to a temporary, stop. And I'm not going to be over there long enough to mess it up. But man, I ain't studying them women over there. He said, it's not worth the smoke. Yeah, exactly. He said, hello, you mean pursuing women? Absolutely, because that's what we do, Hang Lee. Okay? That's why when you see the videos that's talking about women and stuff like that, they get all the clicks. I know it's the armchair bros over there. They're watching this stuff. They're never coming over here, so they're the ones fueling the madness. But they get big time clicks. Adam Vega says, I live near the lake of the Ozarks. It's snow out here. Ready to go back to the Philippines. Okay, for the nice weather. I went to the Ozarks before. I'm trying to think, was it Fort Smith, Arkansas? I was in the Navy with a guy. We were stationed in Memphis. And I rode home with him one weekend. And he lived in the Ozark Mountains. I mean, he really lived in the mountains, man. He said, what time is the job? I said, it's not disgusting. Men are just taking advantage of the circumstances. That's right, and vice versa. I wouldn't say it's disgusting, but you do see some stuff like that, like, wow. Because, it's just human nature. You go up in your head and you see the young woman, you're like, lady, you kissing this guy and all of that and whatever it is. Because it's a real couple. They're on Facebook and they make videos and, they're kissing and then he pushes on the bed. He's getting ready to do something and then his back goes out. It's a skit, but it's really real life. But when they're kissing, it's real life. And you see this old guy and you see the young, attractive Filipino, he's like, girl, I got to tip my hat to him. I can't do that. Okay, I can't fake it like that. I'm sorry. For no amount of money, but I'm not in their shoes. Man, I tell you, I could not deal with that. With some woman. I've tried it in my earlier days. I couldn't do it. I had a big Shirley type, she was a younger woman. She wasn't older. She would have given me everything, man. I just couldn't. I couldn't fake it, man. And so when you hear people say your Filipinos are great actresses, that's what they're talking about. And I'm sure they're not enjoying that. But it looks like they're happy. Yeah, he said, dry spells. Yeah, man. I mean, if you're honest and you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. Because I'm in a no masturbation relationship. I haven't touched myself only in a shower to wash up. You don't have to do that. And then it's going to be a big difference when you wake up and you're in the bed by yourself and you know what you got over here. But I'm just going to use it as an incentive to give back. I couldn't stay over there anymore. I mean, Maryland would have to be with me. Curtis says, hey, man, I'm headed back to the Philippines in April on vacation. Can't wait to see my girlfriend and her cousin in Butuan City. I know once you've been over here, it's a whole different story. That's really what my video is going to be about. You're going to have that aha moment. It's going to make sense to you. It's not going to make any sense to you when you're just watching over here. You don't know the difference. Are these guys really telling you the truth? Because you see all kind of stuff. Don't come to the Philippines. What else they got? Why people are leaving the Philippines. Men want it. You know, just all kinds of stuff. Then you got the other side where they say, oh, you know, the dating ain't, these guys are lying to y'all. You know, dating's not that easy over here. You see all this stuff on YouTube. That's where I got the idea from. I said, wow, I know these guys that are just watching, they're so confused. That's part of the frustration. They don't know the real Philippines from clickbait. And you're not going to know it till you get over here. It's not as good as people make it, and certainly not as bad. I was watching a little bit of Old Dogs. He was like, he don't like people say, I live like a king. And he said, he said two phrases he'd like to get rid of. I'm living like a king over here in paradise. Dude, that's all subjective. Okay, this is what I'm saying to anybody. Okay, because if you tell me what I've been doing for the last 6 years and 2 months, I wasn't living like a king and it's not paradise, man. You don't know what either is. It's in the eye of the beholder. The man makes the destination. Some guys come over here and live their best lives. Some guys over here don't. But it's them. It's not the Philippines. The Philippines hasn't changed. The Philippines is the Philippines. America is America. And wherever you go, you're going to make the destination. If I was forced to live in America, I'd be happy. I'd probably move somewhere around Destin, Florida, somewhere down in Florida, out in California, where the nice beaches are. Puerto Rico, maybe Mexico. But I'd make it work. I wouldn't sit around complaining all the time. But that's what it is. You know, a lot of the guys that come over here, they can't make it happen. So they blame it on the Philippines, or they'll blame it on the vlogger. Oh, he's lying. No, you can't make it happen, man. Okay, it's too many people over here making it happen for somebody to say it's not happening over here. I mean, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of people that I see with my own eyes who are living their absolute best life over here. Then there's some people who are miserable. They can't put it together. So they'll start, looking around, blaming the bureaucracy and all that, You have to know all that stuff. That's one thing these vlogs are good for, when people talk about that stuff. Remember the other day I said I'm going to do some things different? I'm going to leave after 5.5 months because there is a lot of bureaucracy and red tape over here. But you should know that before you get here. And that shouldn't stop you from living your best life. You have to know what you want, though, before you get here. Don't come over here trying to make it up. What they talk about in the football now? Now you playing behind the sticks. You got to get in front of the sticks, man. Greg Williams said, hey, Cal, glad you got your passport situation resolved. Yeah, me too. I was losing a lot of sleep. Now the only thing I'm worried about is they get that damn stamp on there in time, which they should. Everything else, the exit clearance is not going to be a big deal. I got everything. I got all my receipts. I got them from JRC. Shout out to JRC consultation in Dumaguete. I got every receipt from when they, ran out of stickers. They used to just put a sticker in your passport. Now they give you the receipt. Keep those receipts, guys. You need them. Even though you're going to have a big stack. Let me show you what I got. Y'all ain't going to believe it. It's crazy, man. And this is from getting extensions every 2 months. I got all of these, man. Every 2 months. All the way back. Let me see what the first one is on here is. I'm going to tell you how long it's been. I can't even read it. Yeah. September 16, 2020. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, man. You got to keep all of these. But what they'll do is when you deal with a place like JRC, which I give them 1,000 pesos every 2 months to do, man, for me, they'll keep all this for you. I mean, they'll use this little clip and clip it to your passport. Well, you got to keep all of that stuff, man. I mean, it's crazy, right? Here it is, 2025. I told you a lot of paperwork and stuff over here. But you got to know that before you get over here. But it's never caused me any problem. I just roll with the punches, man. That's what you got to do over here. Roll with the punches. But when I hear people say, oh, this isn't paradise, and oh, they're not living like a king, that's all subjective. Compared to the way I was living in America, you know, from hand to mouth and month to month and week to week sometimes, I am living like a king over here, man. Look, Maryland irons my clothes. I get my clothes washed. I don't do anything but pay the bills. Okay, isn't that what the king does? I don't say I'm living like a king. That's all subjective. To put people down and say, oh, they're my servants or something. No, compared to what I was, I don't do anything over here but pay the bills. Okay? What time to travel? Said, I was looking at Jasper in the Philippines. He's in Vegas. He said it's no joke out there. It's too damn expensive. Yeah, but I'm not going to complain at home. I'm actually going to be happy to finally get back there and enjoy some of the conveniences in America. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I had no choice in the matter where I was born, what time I was born, and all that. But right now, there are a lot of advantages to living there. But they are here. But I'm not going to get home and be complaining. I'm going to show you the differences as I see it, being gone for 6 years and all that. I'm going to talk about that. But no, I'm not going to complain. Okay? You know, I get bogged down in a lot of the politics sometimes, and you know, just what's going on there in America right now. But you got to deal with it, man. That's what your congressmen and stuff is for. We don't even call our congressmen. We don't write him. Be honest, you don't do it. You just think they're going to change on their own. You let them know, look, I'm not going to vote for you next time around. Okay, back in 2000, let me see, what year was this? Let me think. I want to say 2012. Yeah, that's when I got that money. Okay, I sold part of my book of business, $1,000, to a company, to a big insurance agency, and they tried to change the rules on me. See, they said they was going to give me $10,000 up front, which they did. Then once everything went through, they're going to give me the other $10,000. Well, when the other 10, when everything went through, they didn't want to give me the $10,000. They said, "Oh, we're going to give to you a certain amount every month." I said, "No, you didn't agree to that, and I have everything." So guess what? I contacted the Department of Insurance. I contacted my state senator. I contacted my U.S. congressman at that time was John Yarmouth. And don't you know, man, within 1 week, I had that 10,000. I make them work, you know, but now I'm not going to complain. America is what I thought it is. I lived there for 55 years. And the Philippines is what I thought it is. I don't complain anyway, man. It's not going to do you any good. Remember, Les Brown says, don't complain unless you're going to do something about it. And you say, well, I can't do anything about it. Yeah, you can remove yourself from Napoleon Hill said, if you can't do anything, you can remove yourself from that situation or the circumstances. See? But no. He said, you're going to start biting your nails again. No, I'm not going to be there that long. Trust me. He said, be saved to have unlimited, God-honoring, good things to think about and to do now and forever. I don't know what you're talking about. Laptop. He said, get ready for Big Shirley, seeing them every day. No sexy, cute Filipinos over here. Yeah, but see, now I can tell you, you'll see them, but it's just an incentive for me. I'm not fooling with anybody when I go back. I mean, I can just politely say, no, I'm not interested. It feels good to be turning women down now, because I'm pretty sure women I haven't seen in a long time, especially in the AA meetings and stuff like that. I'm not interested, okay? Nate Chandler says, I live near James Brown's hometown. Oh, okay. He said, you might not be looking at the women when you get her, Cal, but Big Shirley's looking for you. Yeah, I know. But I'm not ashamed of hurting people's feelings. They'll get over it. I'm not dealing with Big Shirley, man. You know, after dealing with what I'm dealing with over here, and for the last 16 years, I'm pretty sure my equipment won't even be working over there. Okay? I'm just being honest. That's all I'm saying. My equipment won't even be working anymore. What's up, Alan Klein? That's a good friend of mine. I consider him a friend now. I hope, man, I can see you when I come back. When are you coming back to the Philippines, man? You're supposed to be here by now. But I'm going to come down there in Florida to visit you, Alan. This is a good guy, man. Alan is. He gave me that special knife that became my phase 1 security in the Philippines. Even though it's supposed to be a souvenir, that thing will cut your head off. And it was from the same people who made the swords for the Lord of the Rings series. Made that knife, specially made. Now, you can remember, Alan, when you came to my meet and greet in Iloilo, is that guy's name Michael of That Philippines Life? He was still married. They channel was struggling. He had a little bitty channel, basically, because he asked me, he said, hey, is it okay if we make a video of the meet and greet? I didn't care. And you gave him one of the knives. Now, this guy, I don't know what changed. He's the same guy. But all of a sudden, now that he went single and started traveling around, maybe that's what I ought to do. Man, his channel blew up, and I can't figure it out. I'm like, this is the same guy when he's with his woman. Their channel was struggling. It was nothing. Now he basically become rich off that channel. Maybe I need to get me a scooter and start going around to these little towns and stuff. Because he's the same guy. You know, I don't know now. I haven't seen him since, but he was humble then. And he said, yeah, can we make a video? I didn't care. And thank you, Alan. Yeah, because Alan, he paid for everybody's dinner. That's the kind of subscribers and friends I've got over here, man. He said some guys can't recognize paradise even when they're in it. Man, that's a great point. But it's all subjective. Don't tell me I'm not living in paradise, though. You know, this is what gets me. When guys say, I don't like to hear that. Because you're not able to take care of it. You're not in good shape, probably. Okay, you don't exercise. You're not eating right. Maybe the woman you with, where you live, your life situation. But both of those things are true to me. Compared to my life in America, those 55 years, and the way I'm living now, this last 6 years and 2 months, I live like a king over here, and I do live in paradise. Okay? It's been a long, long time since I've been with a woman who turns me on the way Marilyn turns me on. That's part of the paradise right there. Free Willie said, Big bro, I thought you got married again. No. Uh-uh. I'm going to get my divorce. See, that's what's going to shock her because uncontested divorce in America is so simple. And I know she's probably been working over there and, she's got a live in. I don't know. Uh, According to her, he's been pressuring her to get the divorce, so I guess so they can get married. I think the reason she's not doing it because she don't want to get married to him. I don't know. But they're going to serve her the papers when I get there. And ain't no animosity or anything. It's just that it's just something we should have done a long time ago. It's been a long, long time.
Here.
He said it's easy getting the extension. Yeah, I did manage 10 minutes. Yeah, it's easy to get the extensions. But when you go to these big cities like Cebu, Manila, Dumaguete, any of the expat alleys, sometimes it takes a while, but not Bacolod. It's simple there. I just don't like the attitude of the woman. I'm pretty sure she still works there. It's like you're wasting her time or something. And I just don't like that. She's like, when you come up there. It's like, okay, lady, I mean, you're on the front lines. To some people, you're the first impression of the Philippines that they get. And most of the people in immigration, don't get me wrong, they're very, very nice. She just gives me that impression, man. I don't like it. So I go all the way to Dumaguete. Frank Ellis said most veterans make it because they know how to live a minimalist lifestyle and know how to rough it. Yeah, but you don't have to rough it over here, guys. We don't live in the 19th century over here. This isn't 1800s and something. I don't know what Philippines they go to. Man, I live a Western lifestyle. I live just as good here as I do in America. Have you ever been to San Carlos City? It's not you don't have to rough it over here, man. That's what I don't get. This is why I know people are frustrated. They don't know what's the real Philippines, what's clickbait. They have you thinking that you really live in just the worst part of the world. As foreigners, the overwhelming majority of us, we live in the Philippines, but we live outside the Philippines. We don't live like the masses. There's no roughing it over here for me. I'm getting homemade soup made right now. Bulalo soup. Okay, we got a new motorcycle out there, brand new. We can go anywhere we want. We live in a house with electricity, running water, aircon, and everything. Wi-Fi with the smart TVs. I'm not roughing it over here. There's nothing about roughing it over here. See, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these guys, man, they make you think like when you live in the Philippines, like, I don't know, like you're going back in the Neanderthal days or something. Now, are there people living like that over here? Yeah. But they seem to be happy. They're used to it. That's their lifestyle. But for the overwhelming majority, well, for all the, not the overwhelming majority, but every single foreigner that I've met over here, they live in just as good as they were living over there. That's why I don't have the infrastructure argument. The infrastructure is not so bad over here that it's an obstacle or anything. It causes me any trouble. I mean, the people that I actually know, like Kaz up in Manila, man, he lives a good life in a nice condo. He eats good food. He's right up there in Manila with all the, amenities of the big city and everything. They got Grab, they got taxis. I don't get it, man. Now, ain't nobody roughing it over here. Norton Williams says, hey, Cal, I'll be there in April on the 10th to the 30th. I hope you're back so we can meet up. I'm staying with family close to Angeles City, but going to tour the country all over. Yeah, you got a lot of touring to do, man, in 3 weeks. But yeah, I should be back by then. But yeah, you got a lot to see, man. See as much as you can, but I don't know if you can see it all in 3 weeks. I know bumps and bruises. He had, I forgot how long it took him. He was on a motorcycle. He rode around the whole Philippines. I want to say 6 months or something. But he broke it up, 6 to 9 months. But man, it's a whole lot over here. Hey, Ron, he said, hey, Cal, when I come in April and when I return to maybe stay, will my 3 years start when I return? Yeah. Whenever you leave, your immigration starts over. That's a good question. Okay, so I've been here this time around since June of 2022. So what is that? Almost 3 years. When I leave next week, the minute that plane takes off, well, really the minute I get through immigration and they stamp my passport, the departure, when I come back to the Philippines, that starts over. But the thing that doesn't start over is your ACR card. It's good for a year. So my ACR card is ending at the end of this month, right when I'm leaving. So when I come back, I'm going to have to, after my 59 day, you get 30 days, then you renew for 29 days. Then when you go again to renew for 1, 2, or 2 months, they will automatically apply for your ACR card. I'm going to have to get another one. So instead of 2,800 or whatever it normally is, it's going to be double that. So when you go back, especially the new guys who don't know what's going to hit them, you're going to go to immigration for that 29-day extension. It's going to be 2,808 pesos or something. Then when you come back, it's going to be like 6,000. You'll be like, what happened? It's your ACR card. Alpina, what's up? He said, hey, Cal, where will y'all get that wall closet at? It's kind of cool. We bought this, I want to say at the City Hardware. Yeah, City Hardware we did. He said the best way is to make money in the U.S. and live part-time in the Philippines. That is one way. He said, yeah, all the receipts are crazy. Having to keep that stuff with the passport sucks. It does. But remember, you're in the Philippines and you have to be ready for all that. Imagine all that paperwork that they have to keep up with. And then when you do the exit clearance, they want more paperwork. You got to get 4 2x2 photos, and you got to get 2 copies of your bio page on your passport, 1 copy of your ACR card front and back, 1 copy of your latest visa extension, then 2 copies of your where you got your ACR card, where you applied for it and where it was reissued, and then I think 2 copies of your plane ticket. More paperwork that they give right back to you, by the way. He said, I have nothing good. He said, I have nothing against America. I'm living good here. We make a choice. There's some, when people say no place is a utopia, but I don't sit around and complain all the time. I do something about it. If I talk about something, I'm moving on if it bothers me that much. I'm not going to sit there and beat a dead horse. He said, Trump and Musk are rattling their case for the federal employees. Yeah, but you can't get away with something forever. If you read The Science of Getting Rich, it tells you there ain't no sense in railing against the politicians anyway, because they're going to be gone, man, eventually. Just like the dinosaurs. A lot of it is talk anyway. They can only do so much. We don't have a dictatorship. There's no king in America, okay? But he's showing, you know, how vindictive he is, see? But the people asked for it, so we asked for it. He's in there. So now, you know, okay. He said, Cal, once you get your Social Security, it's considered a pension. You can apply for that military SRV. Are you going that route? Yeah, I probably am. What's up, Vegas guy? 513. Yeah, it's easy to say no thanks. Saint D said, make sure you got some collard greens and candy yams. Yeah, absolutely. He says, you're my idol living on the VA disability. No, I don't get VA disability, fool. Don't come on here with that stuff. I'm sorry. And for anybody, it's not a put down for anybody that does. If people get VA disability, that means they serve the country. Cocksucker. Get off my channel with all that. You know, y'all want to shame people. You know, this is the strange thing. That this is one thing I have against America. It's our attitudes, okay? We don't know what we're talking about. Were I drawing VA disability, I sure wouldn't be ashamed of it because I knew I made some sacrifices for it. But no, I don't get VA disability. Okay? Anything that I got from America, I earned it. That goes for all of you suckers out there. They're talking about, oh, you can't talk about America. Yes, I can. We got free speech. I don't talk hate speech. But everything that I've got, I earned it over there. America hasn't given me anything. Okay, I had nothing to do with where I was born, what time I was born, what family and all of that. I'm going to make the best of it, though. So y'all can't shame me. Take that somewhere else. But I earned everything. If I'm fortunate enough to start getting my Social Security, I paid into it. Okay, whatever it is. My YouTube channel. Everything that you guys try to shame us about, I'm proud of it. So you can take that somewhere else. Hey, thanks, Thomas. He said, glad you made it home safely, Cal. Yeah. We got home yesterday. We actually arrived in Bacolod. They're having a convention in Bacolod early Saturday morning. We still had to get a hotel. It was hard. The first 2 or 3 times. Let me see, honey. You know I'm on my live stream. Yeah, that's perfect. They got some kind of convention going on. We had to go to 3 hotels before we could get one. Everything was fully booked. And we arrived yesterday. But I'll be going right back out to Manila and then flying out of Manila. He said, Calvin, do you ever plan to travel around to some other provinces? Yeah, well, I already told Merle when we get back, we're going to do a lot more traveling. But see, that's something he says if it was 100% VA. Well, why are you watching other people's pockets, man? I don't get that. Okay? The guys who are getting that VA, they earned it, man. They served their country. They were injured in battle some kind of way. And you remember, they don't make the rules. They qualified for it. You must be jealous or something. Young Fresh Global Travel says you need to go out there in Cebu in the malls and interview expats. No. He says, I rent a scooter and ride around and interview people, spice up the pay some more. No. See, you have to understand something, man. There's people already doing that. Young Fresh Global Travel. I'm not going to do the same thing that everybody else is doing. Now you just got more people doing the same thing. I've got a lane. Okay, if it ain't broke, don't break it. Whenever I go places, I do show y'all. That's what you should do on your channel. Don't tell me how to run my channel. Now I'm just doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. Okay, I've got a series. Every black man has a story. And then I talk about my life over in the Philippines, but I basically show you my life over here. There's too many of those channels. Okay, they're not teaching you a damn thing. It's all entertainment. I'm sorry, my page is about as entertaining as it's going to get. But no, you need to go out there. You don't understand. Y'all guys are over there watching. These guys that you see doing that stuff, they look creepy as hell. I've already talked about it. They sitting around waiting to prance on people when they see you walking in the mall. Hell, you come over here to relax. It happened to me in Maryland. One of these well-known vloggers. He's creep walking around stalking people in the damn malls. Man, it's creepy as hell. I ain't gonna be sticking no microphone in people's face. That's not me. You can do that. I'm not gonna do it. That shit's creepy as hell. Now I do stuff like that, like make a video of my meet and greets and stuff like that. But as far as stalking people around, man, it's creepy. Okay? And you got to see it up close to see what those guys do. You got to understand they go through hundreds and hundreds of people before they get the few that they get on their videos, man. I'm not going to do that. Okay? I'm not going to intrude on people's lifestyles and stuff like that. Everybody don't want to be interviewed, and everybody's not a good interview. But more power to them if that's what they want to do. I don't follow the crowd. Okay, I think for myself. All right? I'm sorry, young, fresh global tribe. I'm not going to do that. What's up, Quintessential? One. He said, facts, Cal. Yeah. Derek Williams says a meaningful departure. He said, remember to have a child support contract in place for the divorce court. Well, if you got children, they're going to hit you with that. If they ask for it. Okay. Mr. Ray said, dang, I just came in. These haters going to hate. I would finally be there in April for 30 days. He said, Cal, I'm so sick of people pocket watching. It makes me sick too. It does, man. I don't understand that. I only see Americans do that. I don't see anybody else doing that. We're the only ones, man. I promise you. Every now and then you'll see, I don't know, some European or something, just by his accent. He may be behind the camera talking about other vloggers and stuff. But I can count those people on my hands. You can't count the Americans, man. We just got that old messed up attitude. We're miserable over there. See, I'm not going to deal with that miserable, that misery over there. I know how to remove myself. Hey, Sonny D, thanks for that super chat. He said, okay, fellas, let's get the likes up. Because he's parking watching, Timmy Diamond. That's why. Okay? Yeah, but you are trying to shame me. Vegas guy, I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you. I'm not living on VA disability. All you got to do is ask me. Yeah, pocket watching, dick watching. They do that too. Who you with? How long you with them? Are you married? How many kids you got? Stop watching my dick, man. He said, where you going to visit in the United States? I don't know, man. It's just so cold over there right now, man. I'm probably just going to be in Louisville, until it warms up a little bit. Yeah, Alpino, I said, yeah, that's right. Straight creepy and flat out corny. It is. I'm 61. I'll be 62, but I'm not going to go around interviewing these young women like that, man. You know, that's what y'all want to see, but that's people already doing that. So what you want me to just keep interviewing the same people over and over? They ain't gonna get you nothing when you come over here. Because you better not get up in some woman's face over here like that. And a lot of these guys, they're not good interviews. They're not talking about nothing. Why did I leave America? Everybody basically has the same reason they left. Or why, I came to the Philippines. How many of them stories you need to hear? They don't even know how to interview the people. Hey, Fatima Davis. What's up, Oscar Rodriguez? What's up, I love the Chine? Thomas Marshall said, anybody gets a VA disability earns every penny they receive. They make it hard on us to get disability checks every month. He said, the real question is, how do you get your head so shiny? I don't know. It's just that light. And I was showing Marilyn yesterday, data hoarder. I'm the only person in my family that's bald. Something happened to me over here in the Philippines. And I'm not really bald. This will grow right in here, but none of this will grow. I showed Marilyn a picture. I had a nice fro, man. I had a nice crop of hair. Okay? I mean, I should have it trimmed and stuff when I was over here in the Philippines. She was shocked. Yeah, I'm nobody's as shocked as I am that I'm bald. I never saw that coming. There's nobody in the history of my family, on my mother's side, my father's side, ever been bald. I don't know if it was my nerves. I don't know if it was a bad haircut, diet. I don't know what it was. But no one's is as shocked as I am that I went bald. He says, Mr. Ray says, not dick watching. Yeah, they dick watch, man. But they only do that to guys over here in Southeast Asia. Certainly the Philippines, man. These vloggers over here. See, I'm thick-skinned. I can take it. I'm an insurance agent. I handle rejection well. But they all own these guys over here. We're all scammers. Like, scamming for what? What are we scamming for? Yeah, Jacob John, they say, yeah, that clickbait is tiring. It is. It is, man, because they can't sit down and have a decent conversation. But if it's working for them, let them continue to do it. But I'm not going to follow the crowd like that. I mean, if people want to do that kind of content, more power to them. That's just not me. I know that a lot of people over here are on vacation. They don't want you in their face. I learned that from people coming to my house. They just like, man, I don't want to be interviewed. I don't even have to ask them. They'll just say, man, if you don't mind, I don't want to be on camera. So I just quit asking. He said, yeah, a major lack of content from lots of those vloggers out there. It's absolutely true. I'm a content creator. A lot of people aren't. They can't make it on YouTube. They can't continue to create interesting conversations. So they'll see what somebody else is doing and it works. Okay, so then they'll do it. Do you think I'm going to go in front of people like that Russian guy? I guess he's Russian. And ask him, oh, do you like it up the butt and all that, man? It's not me. I'm not going to do that. That's disrespectful, first of all. Okay? And there's no telling how many people, excuse me, that he has to ask that before he gets one or two. Because if you look at his videos, it's not like he's got, just droves of women he's asking in front of that camera. Because when you come over here, one thing you're going to see, and Robert White put me up on this. He said, it's hard to meet a woman here because they're either coming from somewhere or they're going somewhere. They're not just hanging out. They don't just have time to be, in the middle of the courtyard somewhere answering your stupid ass question. And they're so bashful anyway. He said, how was that cruise, Cal? Well, it really is not a cruise. That to go, It's a cruise ship. It's a passenger liner that, it's basically a freighter, to be honest. That's where they make their money. But it just goes from, like point A to point B, like Cebu to Manila, Cagayan de Oro to Bacolod, different places. But yeah, they're nice. That's one of the things we miss out on chasing these women over here. We don't even know anything about that. We let her drive the car. We done spent all the money for the ticket, sat on the plane for 20 hours, and then maybe layovers, make it another 10 hours long. So we traveled 30 hours, pay for the hotels and everything like that, and then strap a woman on our back. We don't do anything over here. You probably don't know 3 Filipino men over here. You miss out on a whole lot, okay, from chasing women over here in the Philippines and making that your sole focus. And I'm going to tell you, that's why you see guys married, unhappily married, a lot of them. A lot of men, they'll have children and then they run off because, over here, a lot of the women, they're not worried too much about contraceptives and stuff. So you see a lot of that. You see a lot of mixed children over here. Well, the fathers them run off. He ain't got sense enough just to go to the damn embassy. It only costs about $200 to get the CRBA. So then when he gets Social Security, the baby can get Social Security. We can break the cycle of poverty, really, in the family, if you're not around. They won't do that kind of stuff. Because all they want is just, they're just worried about, sex. That's the 2 things men chase to the gates of insanity and death. That's money and sex. It controls us, a lot of us. And you miss out on a whole lot of life when that's your sole focus. And they're interwoven together, man. We had a whole discussion on that. He said, Lawrence Battle says it's cringy when people stick their cameras in other people's faces. 100%. Yeah. I mean, especially at malls and stuff like that. And how do you know if you're getting good information anyway? Why would I sit there and give real life answers to a stranger? To other strangers on camera. Now, if the interview has been, set up already and arranged, that's a different story. You're at his house or he's at your house or you're at a mutual location and you've agreed to do it. But y'all haven't seen it. Me and Merlin was in Cebu one time. We're in a pancake house waiting for our breakfast. And she said, look over there. There's such and such. And he's just sitting over there pouncing on people. It's cringy to me. I won't do that. Jumping out on people. A lot of people are like, no, I don't want to be bothered. So I'm talking about he's there all day. I didn't come to the building. That's working. I don't have to do that. That's working right there. Okay, my YouTube channel, I'm not working. Okay, I'm sorry. Nope, that's working. When you're sitting around like that. So then he finally sees us, but I just declined. Because we said, well, we're going to go this way. Shit. By the time we got to Watson's, he was on us. And then, he's trying to tell us, okay, we're going to one place. He said, no, there's another place up here. It's a lot more quieter, right? Because he wanted to do the interview. We didn't come here for that, man. He said, what's the weather over there now? It's very cold up here in the Midwest. Well, it's always nice here. It's been raining. I think it's just the last of the rainy season because normally the rainy season's over with. Wig dog. It's about 82 out there now, 80. I'm going to do my walking. He said, yeah, I'm in Virginia. He said, if you visit Tagaytay, I have Tagaytay. He said, looking for a cooler place to retire. I'm tired of back in Miami every summer. Yeah, but it's a lot of cool places over here. But yeah, those two are certainly cool. We've got a cool place over here at Don Salvador Mountains. Remember, the Philippines is so big, man. I mean, and then if you go anywhere near the ocean, you're going to get that free aircon anyway. You're going to get that breeze. That's why I can't make a video. I wanted to make a video on the deck of the ship. Man, that breeze is too windy. Hey, the grill, he said, we both follow you. Alan, retired in the Philippines, says, hello from Kalinga, Luzon. See, that's another place. I've never heard of that place. He said, are you going to sync with Scotty? Well, he stayed at my house before. I just let people do their thing, man. Those guys know where I am. I mean, I'm not gonna, why? I mean, we're not bringing anything new to the table. You've been following Scotty. You've been following me. You should know everything about Scotty. He does his thing, and I done mine. Now, if it's somebody else that's fairly new or you never heard of, yeah, somebody coming from Thailand, but it just doesn't bring anything new to the equation. You're not adding anything. It's just, but yeah, he stayed at my guest house before. He said, Cal, this is Mr. Ray. He said, Cal, I got a tour guide lined up in Angeles City already. I never forgot what you told me. Maybe a year or two ago, I was starting Cebu first. Yeah, and that's a good idea, if that's what you want, but make sure you got some places you want to go because they don't travel. They don't travel. They don't know where to take you. Okay? And it's okay to meet somebody, but when you start making them the focal point of your life, there's something wrong with you. He said, everyone knows way most of those guys over there. No need to hide. Yeah, they know they're coming over here. I don't get that either. But some people, they just want to, relax. And a lot of people avoid my channel because they know people will get in the comments and say stuff about them. That's why a lot of times I'll decline because I don't want to bring that to somebody else's channel. Maybe they can't handle it. Because people always got something to say. They're miserable. I don't understand it, man. These fragile men. These are men, man. I just tell them, suggest to them to get better. Get better, man. Find something else to do with your life. There's more to life than that. They get off on that. And I don't like to bring that to somebody else's channel. Derek Williams says, I get VA disability and I work full time. We earn that. It's always the people that never served in the military that have that perception that we are sucking on the government. Yeah, tit. But they don't realize, man, most of your tax dollars is going to that military industrial complex. Talk about that. Okay? That's really, it's not welfare. It's not these people that get $500 a month or whatever it is. Who wants to live like that anyway? I'm not envious of people like that. You see all the contracts this damn Elon Musk is getting from the government. And I'm not just picking on Elon Musk, but all those guys up there like that in every administration. That's government welfare right there. And corruption and fraud and all of that. But you they're all the time down here in the bottom picking on the little guys. The vulnerable people. The easy targets. You don't know what you're talking about. We worry about the wrong stuff. I saw where one of those twins, Tauri, what's her name? Those twins that, well, her husband going around about people buying junk food with food stamps and stuff like that. Dude, there's more going on in life than that. Find something else to worry about, man. That's that entitled attitude that's over in America. We're not living in the real world, man. It's a funny-ass world we live in over there. I've been gone. Y'all can't see it. I'm on the outside looking in. Y'all petty over there, man. Y'all petty over there. I'm not gonna be when I get home. I'm not gonna be part of that. I can see it a mile away when somebody starts coming with me with that. I'm like, okay. Have a nice day. Y'all worrying about the wrong stuff over there. But that's what we do. We pick on the little guys. He said, man, expansion. I live near Baguio. Very nice and cool climate. I helped expats move there the last few months. Well, see, that's good when you can share that type of information with people, Alan, retired in the Philippines. We need each other over here. We don't need to be fighting and arguing and nitpicking. You know, most of the people who do all this stuff, they never come over here anyway. They really have no idea what life is really like over here. I was talking, I'm getting some more of those patches. I sold all those patches at the meet and greet. But the lady, I'm going to try to interview her. I saw her Ace Bachelor Cool because she asked me, she said, hey, can you help me, introduce your audience to my business? And I was like, okay. But I saw where Ace Bachelor Cool did he lives up there in Angeles City. I think he did a video about it. But this lady can make tailor-made clothes. We don't even think about getting stuff like that made over here. Or getting something over here of value that you can't get in your home country. Because all you're doing is chasing a woman. Chasing some tail. Okay, but you have no idea where the woman comes from. You're just looking on the outside. When you see where somebody comes from, now you can make a better decision. Do I really want to deal with her? That's the good thing about when I ride public transportation, the buses and stuff. I see where these people get off at and where they live in the mountains and different places on the way and what they deal with on a day-to-day basis and what they go through. You get to know the people more instead of just looking at them on a screen, on a computer screen. You don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know what environment they're coming out of. Some of you guys, it would change your life. You would change your mind about the women you're dealing with if you saw some of the environments they're coming out of. You'd be like, I don't think I want to deal with you. I'm gonna just wait. But we're in too much of a hurry. We make her the number one focus before you even get here. You miss out on a whole lot of stuff in the Philippines, man. He says, I'm going island hopping when I get there. That's one thing we don't do. Yeah, hard earned, man. Them guys earn their VA disability. Or whatever it is. A disability. Okay, how else would you want your tax dollars to be spent? How do you want it? This is why I ask people all the time who complain about stuff like that. Okay, well, you want the government to just hold on to it? Or do you want it to benefit people? And then they always talk about just the people that they talk about only scratch the surface of all the people who really need these benefits. The elderly, the disabled, the children. So y'all pick out a few people that's falling through the cracks that may be taking advantage of the system. Okay, to say, this is what me and John used to argue about all the time. And when I told him this, I said, yeah, now it's crickets. I said, so we supposed to scrap the whole system, John, because 1% of the people are getting benefits fraudulently. So what about the 99% who really earn the benefits, who really need it? Y'all just want to take a look at the 2 to 3% of the people. See, that's spending. That's called, when you spend information. Just like, Trump and Musk talking about all the money they're saving. But yet, already, Trump's been in office how long? He's already spent $10 million going golfing with all the, added security and all that it takes for him to go golfing. He's already wasted $10 million. But they don't want to talk about that. All you got to do to make some people mad is to tell them some woman is getting, food stamps and an AFDC check. and they go off the rails. Yeah, they go off the rails. Yeah, Jacob Chanje said, show some love, man. Get some thumbs up, guys. He said, hats off to all the fellow brothers and sister vets in the room. What's up, Trey 4K? He said, next mofo asked me for an interview, I'm charging him. But you got LOL, but that's true. Okay? Now, you know, somebody agrees to it, yeah, but if they just come up to you like that, because the viewer, I mean, the vlogger's getting paid. Maybe, depending on who he is. He said Tagaytay is cool and less crowded than Baguio. Yeah, Baguio has turned into a tourist mecca in the Philippines. But, you know, people like what they like. I mean, I love the tropics. I don't want it. I don't have a problem with hot weather. I love hot weather. You know, if I wanted to be cool, I stayed at home. All these swimming pools over here and all this ocean. But I like the hot weather. Thomas Marshall said, try going to basic training for 8 weeks. People yelling at you and making you get up early as hell every day. He said basic training was a trip. But most people don't even, we've got a voluntary enlistment. They won't do it. You know, I'm talking about now. I'm not talking about doing the Vietnam War and all that. Most people that you come across, they don't serve. But it doesn't make us any better. But look, man, you know, don't question my patriotism. You won't even serve. He said, yo, Cal, I'll be in the Philippines next month. Get me a Filipino girlfriend. I have a big monthly pension. Now get it yourself. I'm not a matchmaker. I wouldn't dare do that. Now, if you come to my meet and greet and happen to meet somebody there or something like that, that's on you. But no, I don't do that. What's up, Chung Key? He says, hello. He said, are you in America now? No, I'll be in about the next week or so. He says, I can't remember the vlogger's name, but he puts his camera on an overpass watching the traffic somewhere in the Philippines, and the views he gets is ridiculous. I'm not sure, but everybody's got their own lane. I'm not going to do the same thing that everybody else is doing. I talk about, I mean, you know, your topics are going to overlap over here. I mean, remember at the end of the day, YouTube is a business. He's out there grinding on something. He's finally finishing up the tiles out there. He should be done today. What's up, Don Ridgeway? He says, a lot of people hate when you get out of the matrix, crabs in the bucket mentality. Yeah. Instead of them saving their money or making up a plan or whatever it is, being happy for you, they want to knock you down. They want to talk about what you're not doing. Unless you've been over here, you have no idea what I'm doing. You know, all you're doing is guessing. Yeah, Tia and Tamara, yeah, Spoolie, thank you. Well, Tamara is her husband. He's going off on, you know, how people are spending the food stamps. And he has no idea, you know, that a very tiny percent of his money is going toward food stamps. Okay, what you really should be worried about, first of all, I'm not worried, I'm just thankful. You know, I grew up on food stamps, but I knew my mother wasn't, she needed that. She needed every bit that they gave her. Okay. And it wasn't like, and it did us good. It wasn't like we sat around and did it for generations and generations, okay? The minute that I joined the service, I was off of food stamps forever. I haven't went back on it. Now, did my girlfriend at one time? Yeah, when I was getting hired for about 3 or 4 years, yeah. Okay, what are you talking about? I'm not saying they're not kicking me out, man. What is wrong with y'all? They said they haven't kicked you out of the Philippines with expired passport and credit card. Go back and watch that video again, sir. I'm not gonna argue with you. And have a nice day. Okay. I don't have to answer you. I am still in the Philippines. I'm not gonna tell you my exact travel date. Who are you? You guys talk tough behind the camera. I show you my face every day. Okay? You guys, go somewhere else with that, man. Or I'll get rid of you. He said, I got stuff made in Angeles City when I was stationed there, good quality. What's a lot of stuff that you can get over here in the Philippines you can't get at home. One lady who's got some skin problems in America, she messaged me. She said, hey, friend of mine's got some skin problems. Can you get this soap in the Philippines? And I said, yeah, I can get it. So I'm going to bring a few bars back for her. It's just little stuff like that. But you don't even worry about it. Your whole focus is on some woman. Or like this guy, what's his name? Ramiro Elizondo. He's all in somebody else's business. He's got his head stuck up in somebody else's ass. Worry about your own life, man. Yeah, he said, shoulders only cowards pick on the little guy. Yeah, I'm a VA myself. And thanks for your service, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. But that's, they pile on the little guy. They seem to love people like Elon Musk, who doesn't give a damn about them. He's the richest man in the world. Trump doesn't care about you. These are people you want to suck their nuts. They don't give a damn about you. But the people out here down here struggling, you want to give them a problem. What time is the travel? I said, Cal, have you heard anything from Jungle Space Cowboy? I got a strange message from him today. I don't know if it was him or somebody's running his account, but it was he sent me a video talking about he got locked up. But if you watch Kiki in the Philippines, he lives up there. He goes there and checks on him from time to time. They said the prosecutor hasn't showed up for court 6 times in a row. So they may be giving him a bond soon, according to Kiki. But this guy wouldn't hurt a flea, man. He's a good guy. I met him before. He came to my meet and greet in Angeles City. He's just a funny guy, man. They got him basically entrapment. The guy had been, buying weed all the time, little bitty pieces. But then when he bought that big amount, hell, the minute he bought it, they was on him. They're like an entrapment, but he ain't gonna hurt a flea, man. I'm worried about him in jail. Yeah, that's probably where he probably sicker now. Yeah, Brian Nichols said, yeah, 1 month in office. Yeah, he already spent $10 million on golfing. He's obese. Yeah, he doesn't. You guys, hasn't served the country. Now, he fired that general. Imagine that, man. See, I don't get off on that stuff, though, but, that's what goes on over there. It's just like a circus right now. It really is a circus. That's what they call it. What's up, Mike Dawsonville? He said, what's going on, brother? I see you in Manila. I thought you left. Yeah, I'll be gone, man. I was at the embassy. I've got to get that. Now I'm getting the stamp from my old passport to my new. What's up, sir? Ron Allah. He said, Cal, regular guy, was recently in Poland, Zamboanga del Norte. It looked like a nice place. You been there? Yeah, I've been there before. It's just a small city. Yeah, it's just a small city. I've been there before several times because if you ride the bus from Dumaguete to Zamboanga City, which I've done about 3 or 4 times, you catch the fast cat from Dumaguete to the Peton, which is basically the Polar, maybe 10 minutes away. And then you catch the Hubble to the Polar, and then that's where you catch the bus. It's like 8 hours from the Polar to Zamboanga City. Yeah, I've been there before. It's just a small town. A lot of foreigners live there. You know, you got to realize something in the Philippines. No matter where you go, there's going to be a lot of women. You know. But it's just like, I've never seen him with a woman, though. And maybe that's the way he wants it, but I don't know. I just never seen him with a woman. But, you know, they talk about him and Chad Foster and a couple more. They always talk about, you know, where the women are and how to get them, but you never see them with a woman. And that's kind of strange to me, but, you know, if it works for them, you know, I'm not knocking them because they both got big channels. I mean, they're successful, but I'm just saying it's kind of strange to me. I'm the type of guy, I'm thinking all the time. Okay? I'm saying, you know, y'all talk about where all the women are and this and that, but you don't have a woman. Like, where's your woman? Even for one night, just show me her that you got somebody. Don't make me think, oh, you know, read between the lines. Okay? That's all I'm saying. See, I couldn't get away with that. They can. I can't get away with that stuff, man. That's just not who I am. Everybody's different, really. They got their own unique ways, you know, but the guy, he wants me to do what everybody else is doing. I've got a family over here. I can't get on a motorcycle and go to, you know, 4 or 5 different cities in 1 week. For what? Okay? When you can do that when you get over here. But I mean, I just can't do it. That's not the life I'm living over here. I'm showing y'all guys the life I'm living. That's what they're doing over there. But you better have some money or a successful YouTube channel where you can travel like that and stay in Airbnbs and hotels every night, because now your expenses are going to go way up. Yeah, they're going to go way up. You're not going to have $200 rent. It's going to be more like maybe $1,000 just for your rent. When you pay, you know, you stay in a different place every day, basically. What's up, Dad, Master Ricky? That's right, he's back in town. He said, hey, Cal, I'm enjoying life here in Butuan. Thanks for all the good content, man. You're welcome. Butuan's another place that I added to my expat alley. I'd forgotten all about Butuan. But yeah, guys, hit the thumbs up, man. Subscribe, man. I'd like to hit 75,000 this year before the year is over with. Without that damn algorithm. You know, I normally don't ask for thumbs up and subscribers, but I guess you have to. What's up, F Song 63? He said, low budget sports bet. Said, what part of the Philippines are you at, brother? I'm going to Bacolod, hopefully this summer. I'm about 2 hours from Bacolod. I was in Bacolod yesterday. Bacolod's the capital city of Negros Occidental. Yeah, if you're in a car, you're about 1 hour and 15 minutes from Bacolod. I'm in San Carlos City. He said, what's the cost of living out there? It just depends. Where I live in San Carlos City, it's a class 2 city. I mean, it's a beautiful place. It's like a Midwest. It would be like Louisville, Kentucky compared to Chicago. There's no big malls here. There's no movie theaters here, but it's beautiful here. The cost of living is a lot lower than it is in Dumaguete or Bacolod, one of the cities. I mean, the bigger urban cities. This isn't an urban city. So the cost of living here is very low. You got less than $200 rent here for nice apartments, 1-bedroom apartments. The streets are clean. Crime is very, very low. You got a tennis center here, tennis club, yeah. You've got basketball courts. You've got a big, big park. They call it Center Mall, where you can go walking, running, riding your bike. Then you've got People's Park, which is right on the ocean here. Then you've got a little island right across called Sapaway. It's 8 minutes away. But it just depends on where you live. Then you go to Manila, and depending on how you want to live. But yeah, overall, yeah, the cost of living here is a lot cheap over here, Sergeant Dredd. Mike Dorsville says, I've been paying taxes for almost 40 years. That's enough patriotism for me. Yeah. Yeah, they punching down on the little guy, Derek. He said, people are hating on you, and it's sad that a lot of them are black. And I know that you can't wait to see your daughter that was attacked, yeah, by that lowlife. I hope she is recovering well. She is. But you're right. And, I never even question people because you really don't know. Now, the people who come out in the open, yeah, a lot of them are black. But the people behind these profiles, you don't know what color they are. It really doesn't bother me, I ignore them. Okay? Because they're miserable. I don't want that misery. I'm not going to deal with it. And that's simply what it is. I'm not going to waste my life away. You've never seen me make a video about it. I've been on YouTube a long time, 4.5 years. That's a long time. About another person. I'm not going to put down another person. Because I know how hard it is to have a YouTube channel and maintain it and create the content. That doesn't mean I agree with everybody. But you can't expect everybody to like you. Hell, I don't like everybody. But I just got my way of going about it. I'm not going to, pick on people and bully people and all that stuff. Because, see, the universe is always watching. Okay? What's up, Beach of Life? He said, hey, fellas, I just passed it through today, traveling around Bohal. I love Bohal. And see, once Michael Beach of Life starts putting out more content, he's going to do something different. It's a lot of those resorts and stuff. He's found his lane. He's not going to be with no microphone in somebody's face. Everybody finds their niche. Okay? But I think that's what he's going to do. Because he's got the equipment. He's got some of the best equipment. And I just told him, suggested to him rather, just do what you're comfortable doing, man. That's what you want to do. Because he said, I don't feel comfortable. It's just not me to do the type of videos I do and others do. But everybody's got to find their lane in this YouTube. The pie is big enough. But anybody that's new to YouTube, I just tell them, man, talk about something that you're passionate about or that 100% about. See, nobody knows more about my life than me. That's easy to talk about because you don't have to make up stuff. People tell me, oh, don't you make a video about this and that? I've never experienced it. Now I'm talking out the side of my neck. I'm going to be stumbling. You're not going to feel, what I need you to feel. It's going to come across as, like a damn newscast or something. I'm not a damn journalist. Yeah, he said, can you picture Trump firing a 4-star general, effing draft dodger? Well, he's doing all that, man. He simmered for 4 years. And he said, I'm going to exact my revenge. That's what he's doing. He's showing, that's a coward that does that. I'm going to cut off my nose to spite my face. I'm going to burn the whole country down to kill a roach, basically. But I don't bother with Trump because Trump's 80, damn near 80. He's not going to be here much longer, guys, okay? He said, yeah, this shit tripped me out all because of diversity. Well, they really are trying to turn back the clock, but people aren't going to really stand for it, you know. And the people who want to sit back, I was listening to somebody the other day. He said, there's people who aren't racist, okay, and they don't agree with Trump and all of that other stuff. Yeah, but they still want white people to be in charge, okay? That's basically, because diversity. See, when people are talking about, yeah, you all be glad you was born in America. Well, it depends on what time you were born in America. America wasn't as nice to my mother and father as they were to me. As it is to me, I mean. Okay, imagine my father was born in 1931. No, 1929. Okay? So all the stuff that they're complaining about, they don't want diversity. It used to be a white man. All you had to do was be white, and you could get a job. Okay, when they're talking about a man should be rewarded on his merit instead of his skin color. Yeah, well, we've been telling y'all that for 400 damn years. Now when it affects you, it's a big deal, but they talk to people like you're stupid. Like we've been saying that for over and over and over and over and over. Nobody's listening. Now you want to be the victim? Come on, man. You're victims. But that's the first thing they'll say. Oh, when you talk about racism, oh, you want to play the victim card. No, you playing the victim now. Okay? Crazy. They don't want women to have jobs. Okay, they're making a big deal out of it. And it's them, if you want to call it the media, it's not even the media anymore. It's like, okay, the other day when the Delta flight crashed and turned over, they were saying, oh, well, it was an all-female crew. Okay, so what? Okay, so what? You're going to tell me that if men with the conditions as they were, so if a man was flying that plane, it wouldn't have flipped over like that? See, this is the type of stuff I don't put up with, man. I don't deal with, see? And I know me. I'm not going to bite my tongue. Okay, but yeah, they want to make America white again. Trump is doing that. And he's doing that to feed his followers and stuff. That's the only reason he did that, fired that man. He know good and well he went against protocol. Okay, he's barking up, man, the wrong tree when he does stuff like that. Okay, the general that Trump had put in office, Biden kept him, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, because that's the protocol. He eventually stepped down, so then they, promoted the brother, the black man, the 4-star general. And that's not just Biden, but everybody. As you go back, Trump's the only one trying this bullshit right now. You know good and well you don't follow the Joint Chiefs of Staff, fool. You keep that going. Just like they've got, it's like an unspoken agreement where we're not going to, my administration is not going to prosecute your administration on maybe some crimes you committed during your presidency. They've always done that. He's fuck around gonna try to do that. Okay? Remember when Obama was talking about, oh, he's gonna hold Bush accountable and we're gonna put him up for war crimes? Bullshit. The minute Obama took office, he did everything he could to protect Bush and anybody associated with that. Because that's protocol. But Trump's trying to buck protocol. He's going to pay for that. You watch what I'm telling you. He's going to pay for that. Yeah, he said planes been crashed before the year. Thank you. I mean, but why wouldn't you want to reward somebody based on their merit? Okay? If in fact there's a reason for all of that. in America especially, when centuries upon centuries, you only white people were able to benefit. Okay, where all police departments were white, fire departments were white. Okay, they were showing a film the other day. Even the NBA, we had to break the color barrier in Major League Baseball, the NBA, the NFL. It used to be you can only be white and play in those leagues, guys. You act like history don't matter, or you don't know history. Okay? So all of a sudden, they're getting mad about it. It's always been that way. But they know that we're dumbed down. We don't read. We don't do any research. We just go by what somebody says. They throw some opinions out there. No facts. Now, the lady got on TV and actually said there's millions of people, over 150, tens of millions, she said. This is his press secretary. Said there's millions of people over 150 collecting Social Security. And then Trump says that there's one guy that's collecting these 350. How, Trump? You just straight out lying, man. If somebody was 350, Social Security didn't even exist in his lifetime. So how did he get on the rolls to begin with? But people don't think like that. They've got checks and balances in place. Okay, there's nobody 150. Okay, tens of millions. But you got people who believe that crap. I'm going to push back on it because it's bullshit. Well, he said, how did you get on politics? Because politics is everything. It's who, what, when, where, why, how much. Politics covers everything. We got to talk about it. But it's everything. I mean, but what do you think? It's not, that's the problem. But that's not true, King B. See, you're one of those who believe that stuff. It's not true. You act like our government is stupid. Like the Social Security Administration, you're going to tell me that somebody, how would they do that anyway when if a guy was 300 years old, King B, Social Security didn't even exist then. In his lifetime. Okay? But we're not even going to talk about that. If you won't believe that, then go ahead and believe it. I know he's lying. You ain't got to tell me he's lying. They straight up lying. There's not tens of millions of people over 150 years old. She said tens of millions. And it's not going to touch you. It's not going to help you, King B. They're saving that money so they can give. You have nothing to say about Elon Musk getting all them big contracts and stuff. You know, y'all just want to fight the little guy. Well, whose fault is it? Okay, if those people on the roads right now, King B, Trump was just the president how many years ago? Why didn't he do something about it then? Okay? But why didn't he do something about it then, King B? It's not just a problem now. That's all I'm saying. I don't believe it. But you can believe whatever you want to believe. Because I'm going to be back over there in it. But it ain't going to be over there long. You know. Because I'm the type of guy, I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. And you better not come with me with that old victim stuff. Okay? You know, racism is for ignorant people, man. You got to be real stupid. I don't know what's worse. A woman wanting me for my money or wanting me for my skin color. What's more shallow? I don't know. But if you still think that your skin color makes you more intelligent, more entitled, and all that. That's a mental health issue, guys, okay? As far as I'm concerned. We don't need that. It's all about class now, okay? Wake up. It's all about class over there now. They don't care what color you are over there. If you poor, they don't want you around, basically. You know, they'll vote for these guys against their better interests. Trump ain't don't do nothing for you. He didn't do nothing for you the last time. Yeah, now here it wasn't too long ago. Remember, Trump wasn't even in office when guys were being investigated and sued by the VA administration. These are people who are living right now, who they said were, it was all in the papers and all on Facebook and YouTube, where they was getting these people and they were asking them to pay back that money. These are people who are living. But they're going way back. They said the guy's 350 years old. And you got people who believe that. That's what I can't tolerate. 350. Well, who's getting the check? George Washington's getting the damn check? Who was it? George Washington? Benjamin Franklin, some damn body? People are crazy. Yeah, they all do. He says it's a damn good question, Cal. Yeah, who's getting the money? Where's all that money going? To somebody. I mean, if they're getting it, they're spending it. It's got to be going somewhere. Who's spending the money, King B? You believe the shit. You believe that stuff. That there's a man on the road. And matter of fact, they haven't shown you any evidence. They're just saying that. They haven't shown you any evidence at all that this is happening. They ain't gonna do away with Social Security. He said, yeah, but let's just go after the people making minimum wage. Yeah. That's why we ought to be angry about minimum wage. What is it still? Minimum wage is still, I'm talking about on the books, it's like $7.25, right? It hasn't changed from that. But you're not upset about that. What you start doing is, when they say, oh, we're going to raise it to 15, you start siding with corporate America. Oh, that guy doesn't deserve $15 an hour to work at McDonald's. Bullshit. He's on the front lines of this billion-dollar corporation. Why can't he share in the profits? How much is he supposed to earn then? $7.25? These are people that make me angry. They're not going to give you one bit of proof. Well, the thing is, he said, the money you put in the Social Security now in my next month's check. See, here's the thing, though. I didn't know this until I started working with, seniors and people on Social Security. If you're working right now, the Social Security they take out your check is going to pay for the people who are collecting Social Security. It's not going for you. Yeah, you got some. They send you out that statement. But if you're working right now and you're paying into Social Security, that's to take care of the people who are on it now, who are collecting it now. Your only hope is that when you do turn 62 or 65 or whatever it is, it's enough people working to take care of your benefits. Because the system's all screwed up. They've been fooling with that money, man, for decades now. Borrowing from it, taking out of it, funding wars and proxy wars and stuff like that. Yeah, we all got to live. But they only want a few people to live. Okay? They're literally trying to suck the life out of us. But we don't care. We'll sit on YouTube and argue with each other about some foolishness, about something these politicians are saying. Not realizing, man, the guy showed me a picture. He was in the store. His eggs that high over there. I might have to see it myself. He sent me a picture. It was $14.99 for a dozen. I may have to see that myself. I'm like, what store is that? Where they're selling a dozen eggs for $15. I'm calling bullshit on that in Louisville, Kentucky. I got to see that. Hey, what's up, Dolan May? Yeah, he said August 14, 1935, Social Security began under Franklin D. Roosevelt. This is disco forever. But you got people who believe that somebody 200 and something, then Trump said, yeah, there's actually 10 people 225 years old and older getting Social Security. Bullshit. Show us Trump. He's standing up there lying, man. And people believe all that stuff. It wasn't even around then. So when did they apply for it? Okay? When did they apply for it if they 225 years old? And Social Security is about 90 years old. It ain't even 90 years old yet. So you're 150. So when did you apply for it? He said eggs are $5 to $6 a dozen. Yeah, that's more like it. Or $8 a dozen. Yeah, now. Yeah, he said the U.S. owes Social Security $2.7 trillion. Yeah, they started fooling with that money, man. Bush Jr. He said, true. Eggs are 10 to 15 U.S. at Walmart, Kroger's. Wow. He says, I work at the Social Security Department. Boom talk. It is true, Cal. Egg prices are high. I just left California. It was 5 weeks ago. It was over $10. Yeah, that's California. I said Louisville, Kentucky. But even there, that's a lot, man. But we're not worried about that. We're worried about, somebody 300 years old collecting Social Security. That's the foolishness I can't deal with over there. We're not that stupid, but we are that stupid. Okay? Phantasm File says $3.99 for eggs here in Texas. He said, what about student loans? He said, that's a huge scam by the government. I'm never paying mine back. Well, it all helps those big banks. All that goes together. All of that. All the politicians are bought and sold. You can't get into office without being bought and sold. They're not going to fund you. Okay? Why do you think people don't say anything about Israel and all that? That AIPAC, they'll come for you, dude. You better agree to everything they say over what's going on in Israel. You better say one bad thing about the United States funding Israel and all that. You're not going to run for office. He said, you got local farmers in Kentucky, I bet. Yeah. He said, egg prices depend on where you live. I guess that has a lot to do with everything. Gas, too. He said, I just was in Walmart today in New York, and eggs were the same price as Louisiana, about $5.88 per dozen. That's still, that's about right, but that's still way up there, man. Excuse me. I ain't going to lie to you, man. Now, I just left America 6 years ago. They were still 99 cents a dozen in Kroger. That was only 6 years ago. And you could get the 18 for like one something. He says, I bought a case of eggs today at Walmart for $29. Yeah, for 60 eggs. I split them with my mother. It's ridiculous. Wow. He says $12 to $14 in Seattle. See, that's crazy, man. So do the farmers, are they the ones getting rich or what? What's going on there? Yeah, he said my mega colleague said Trump would end the Ukraine war in 1 week. How? He's supposed to have ended the Israeli-Palestinian war last time in 1 week. You know, when I put that on, okay, when I put that about with Trump, does he have the balls enough to pardon Diddy? I got all kind of pushback. I'm like, look at all the people he pardoned from January the 6th. Some of those guys created some, committed some pretty serious crimes. What's up, Dre going global? He said, you're teaching the truth, Cal. But people don't want it. Facts don't mean anything anymore. It's all about feelings. It's all about feelings, Stratford Doyle. Facts don't mean anything to people anymore. He says, inflation's crazy out there in Florida, Cal. So how much is a car over there now? They're sending me car offers. I wouldn't buy a new car over there. I mean, if you want to get stuck in the matrix, buy a damn car on credit. Let them finance a damn car for 7 years. I mean, that's ridiculous. And then, okay, what we'll do, we'll come over here and spend that kind of money on cars in the Philippines. Remember, I did a vlog. I was talking about, there's no way I would spend my money like that over here on a car. Okay, there's guys over here that I've rode in their cars before that they've spent $35,000, $40,000, $45,000 for a car in the Philippines, and they're renting. And I'm like, man, where are y'all guys? Where's your thinking? That's Western thinking. That's Western thinking, man. Okay? That's crazy. There's no way I would do that. 25 and 30 million. 25 and 30,000. And friend of mine, he spent 1.2 million for a car. And it's like I want to say it's either Suzuki or Mitsubishi. It's nice, but I'm like, it's his money. But he lives up in Cavite. I mean, where the traffic's bad. You can't get around in Manila. I wouldn't spend that kind of money. There was a couple of guys at my meet and greet, they had big SUVs, new models. And I'm like, guys, you're in the Philippines. You don't need that. He said, I see the price of chickens having sex. It's gone up after COVID. He said they're calling all the chickens, saying that there's bird flu. That's the reason for high egg prices. Wow. Hey, Christina Harris says, hey. He said, dodge to the bird flu, millions of chickens have died or been killed off. They said it would take about a year to recover. Oh, okay. He says, any advice for a 1380? You mean a 13A visa? I've never heard of a 1380 visa. Now, 13A is when you're married to a Filipino citizen. You qualify for that. And it's just like the SRV. You can do the same thing. You're a permanent resident. So you can go to school, open a business. Okay? But I've never heard of a 1380. Maybe that's what you're thinking about, 13A. But people who got these SRVs and all these fancy visas, they don't even take advantage of them. They just buy them so that they don't have to run in and out of the country. They don't buy them because you can go to school and start a business and all of that. That's not why they do it. They just do it so they don't have to leave. But during COVID, some of them couldn't get back in, even if they had the SRV. You know, they say, one guy told me, he said, yeah, I got unlimited trips in and out of the Philippines. I said, so do I, on a tourist visa. That's not, they don't limit you how many times you can come in and out of the Philippines. But it's because we don't do the research. But yeah, I've never heard of a 1380. 1380, yeah. Dre Going Goldberg says car costs just as much as a house these days. Absolutely. But I'm certainly not going to spend that kind of money over here. I was talking about what we spend too much money on over here. Women, way too much money on women over here. But we do that. They don't do it. We do it. You don't have to spend, man, a tenth of the amount of money we spend over here. Imagine the guy spent 10,000 US for engagement ring. I'm like, dude, okay, you got that money, but man, that's money that the woman wouldn't have in her lifetime probably. Not earning minimum wage over here. And minimum wage here is a good job. You got to have a damn good job to be really earning minimum wage on the books, I'm saying. And we're spending, 1.5 million for a truck. And, all this stuff, man, you got to have somewhere to live. But women is the number one thing we spend too much money on over here. That's our doing. She doesn't even know to ask you for that kind of money. If you got a woman that would ask you for $500,000 for a ring, that's a red flag, man. She wouldn't know, man. If she asked you for $50,000 for a ring, she would, what they call that over here, when you have when they're in a thick face, yeah. She wouldn't know to even ask you for that kind of money. We go out of our way to do it. Trying to impress these women. Okay, yeah, 13A. Yeah, you have to be married, John, to a Filipino citizen. And then I think you just check in once a year or something like that. I think you pay 300 pesos or something. Pumpkin Joe Philippine Experience, he's got a 13A. So he would know about that. But you can do everything that an SRV can do. He said brand new cars in the Philippines start at $11,000. Yeah, depending on what kind. I'm talking about the kind that they get. These guys aren't buying John did. John paid, I want to say about $14,000 for his little car he had. Now he said they got a little Suzuki that's like 500,000 at that time. But he said it didn't have enough for him, he said. He wanted something with a little bit more luxury in it. So he paid like 13 or 14. But the guys I'm talking about, they're not buying those little bitty cars around a lot. Yeah, he said, Motion. He said, damn, 7 years, 6 years and 2 months. He said, now you'll visit our country with no real dollar stores left. I'm surprised Kroger's still around. Walmart's not going anywhere. Yeah, he said, I was wondering how I seen so many Ranger Raptors in the Philippines last year. How they get that. Well, there's some rich people here now. Okay. There's Filipinos over here that got money. If you got 120 million people in here, if you've got 10% of them is rich, now you're talking, but there's probably more than that. Certainly the middle class. Now you're talking 12 million people. It's people over here that got a little, one thing that's going to shock you worse than the poverty is the wealth that's over here. That's going to shock you more than the poverty. It's how much money some of these people over here have. Some people over here are so rich, they're richer than anything you'll see in the West. They got private armies and everything over here. They're more powerful. It's illegal to be that powerful over in America. You can't do it out in the open like they do it over here. I mean, now, I know a lot of our politicians and celebrities and rich folks over there, the police act as their private army. But over here, they actually have a private army. He said, I like to have a different car, but I'm going to drive the one we got until the wheels fall off. I don't blame you. I saw the car you had. That would be about right because, okay, I met a cool guy named Omar, and he's got a nice car. His car isn't him or Kobe Stewart. Neither cars have any scratches on them. I said, not yet, because right next to him there was another guy at the meet and greet. He had a nice car. I was like, man, do you got any scratches on your car? He said, man, all over. You know, it's just to have a big car like that. The roads are too small. It's too many cars. I mean, where are you gonna go? Yeah, he said a decent brand name scooter gonna cost you 1,000 and up. Yeah, more than that. We paid. Let's see. He said, "You dirty puppy has a nice Subaru." Yeah, but he's rebuilt that damn thing too. He's bought a whole new engine and everything in that. I rode in that car before, King B. You have no idea the money he spent in that car. Paint job and everything, new tires. Yeah, that's not the first engine in that car. Ever since I've been knowing him, he's changed that engine. And remember, I've only been on YouTube about 4.5 years. You know, he takes good care of it. And he's got a special motor in there, but no, he spent a lot of money on that. Yeah, see, we spent $150,000 on that NMAX, which, you know, I just want to have a good one just in case we need it. It's too small. You know, whenever I have to ride it, I don't want to look stupid on that because I ride on the back. And when I first met Marilyn, she had a little 125. Then we went up to the 155, then the 160. Now the NMAX is 155, I believe. But it's a bigger looking bike. But yeah, you can get a Click for about, well, Clicks now are about 80,000. But you can get, what's the one, not the Click, the other Honda. And you see a lot of women riding them. Because I was thinking about getting Sahara one before, and Merlin said, no, don't do it. It's too dangerous out there. I forgot the name of that one. He said those SUV guys probably like the set higher, driving a big rig, did that to me. Yeah, it could be. But I mean, I'm not going to spend 2 million pesos. If you look at, okay, remember, next time y'all on Cooper's Tire Ventures, and he spent all that money, 2 million. I think it was 2 million for a truck, but he put like 500,000 down. And then he ended up moving to Thailand. I don't know what he did with that. I'm sure he probably sold it, but I'm not sure if he got his money. I mean, you know, it's hard to sell, man. If you're going to buy them big things like that, you got to buy them to keep them. You can't buy them to sell them. It's the same with these big houses guys are building. I'm not going to have a problem if I ever had to sell this house. I would not have a problem selling it. But if I've got a $10 million house, I was watching a lady, I'm thinking the name of this, they're in Dumaguete. She was showing a 16 million peso house. They're going to have a hard time selling that thing, man. 16 million, 10 million, 9.5 million. You're going to have to find a sucker just like you who wants to invest all that kind of money over here. in a place where you can't own, under normal circumstances, you can't own the land and all that. You see what I'm saying? This is what we do. We don't have to spend that kind of money on these houses, okay? Even you're going to say, it's my money, I can do whatever I want to do, but why? You might as well set fire to it and throw it away. You don't have to do it, man. I don't get it. I mean, most of the women that we meet, I'm not talking about all Filipinos, they're coming out of the squatters area or the province, man. They're living in cubos and different things like that, man. And then you taking them right to a 10 million peso house. I can see the look in their eyes when they going around showing these houses. I look at the woman, she's looking like, I didn't tell him to do that. And, they're really shocked because they bring their whole family over and they're looking around like, wow, you really did hit the lottery. When a simple house like this is more than Marilyn wanted. Marilyn wanted one room with a CR. She said, I just want me and my children to have our own place, is what she said, before we built this. Because I asked her, you need to ask your woman. Don't just run out and start doing stuff. Ask her, what's your dreams? Tell me your dreams that you have, living over here. But we don't do it. We think we can read their mind. So we run out and, because a friend of mine, he's a good guy. He's got millions of dollars, though. He bought the woman a 6-bedroom, 6-bath house. Is it huge? Is it big? Is it nice? Absolutely. But why would you do that? Okay? When the woman was basically homeless when he met her. There's no reason for that. But it's his money. Can do it. We spend too much money on these women over here, man. Way too much. They don't even ask for that kind of treatment that we give them. Look at Saran a lot. Look at the nice house he's building. He's not going to spend as much as I spent on mine. And his wife is thrilled to death. I know she's thrilled to death. I've been to where they live. Okay, not way up in the mountains, but the city looks like the damn province where he lives. So he lives in the province. So if he spends, what did he say, 750,000 pesos? She's tickled to death with that. But you got guys over here spending, man, 10, 15, 20 million, even 6 million on a house, on a woman who's basically, if you see some of the houses and how primitive they are, man, you just don't have to do it. They cannot maintain them, guys. I'm not talking about people. I'm just telling you, if you're not around, they're going to sell it. They have no choice. You're doing that. You're wasting your money. Instead of building something reasonable and then using that extra money to maintain it, they go out and spend all that money. Then next thing you know, I took it off the market. Of course you did, because nobody's going to buy that. Serrano Lot said 30,000 here for a house is maximum. If you spend more than that, you got the good life and money to waste. Yeah, it's just a waste of money. There's no reason to do that. There's no reason at all to do it. If you don't believe me, okay, just when you go on YouTube, just put in the search, because I don't know the name of the video, but I told y'all about this before. It's called The Final Cost for Building the House in the Philippines. Put that in there and see what that man, I believe he's in Lady, and he spent 1.7 million for this house, man. Nice house. Okay? Really, really nice house, man. And you got people in the comments who don't know what they're talking about. They say, oh, you spent too much for that and all this and all that, right? This man spent about 30 grand for this house. Beautiful house. It includes all the special towels and stuff and the fittings and everything that he put, into the house. He didn't skimp on anything, guys. He bought the best material. And I believe it's a 70 square meter house. Now, my house is like 54 or 56 square meters. Beautiful home he built. I wouldn't build anything more than that. Okay, y'all invited. When you're building big houses like that, You inviting the family to come over there. They're not used to, Filipinos that I know, they're not used to wasting like that. That woman's going to be like, well, what's those other 2 bedrooms doing empty? Somebody needs to, in her mind, somebody needs to be in those 2 bedrooms. Okay? And somebody come on over here and move in those 2 bedrooms up there. It's a waste to them. Okay? And you got 2 other bathrooms nobody's using. Somebody needs to be using those, you know. But this is something you can't get through people's minds. It takes a while. That's why I say don't come over here making these rash decisions. Let everything settle down, get acclimated to the place, and see how things operate over here. Because you're coming over here with that Western thinking. And you done sold your house over there. And you got, you know, whatever you got, 6 to 10 million. Okay, you done made. So you think, oh, I'm going to just come over here and spend that on a house over here. Wrong. The women you're dealing with, man, they're basically, man, if you see the houses that they come from, guys, there's no reason for you to do that. It's just, you know, it's just a waste. He said, I would just want solar and a backup generator in my house out there. Some areas out there have power outages too often. Yeah, some, more than others. And in St. Carlos, we don't have many brownouts. We might have one every 3 or 4 months or something. Maybe more than, maybe, you know, less than that. He said, and they say my house is big. All I have is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath bungalow. Well, when I built the guest house, that became my 3rd bedroom and my 2nd bath. Otherwise, though, you don't need it. When you think, I know what you're thinking in your mind. See, my house is about 650 square feet. And you're thinking, man, that's tiny. But it's really not over here. Okay, the kids is in there on the couch watching television. There's nobody even in the little dining kitchen area. And I spend most of my time in here, and then they got their bedroom in there. We got the bathroom. You don't need that much, man. Patricia Flaherty says, I think I'd rather rent. I'd be afraid of being ripped off. Yeah, it just depends, you know. If you come over here and you let the dust settle, you look around, Patricia, okay, and you see how things operate over here, you won't worry about that. They're more corrupt over there in America than they are over here. Okay, very seldom do you see people coming around after a storm scamming people. Oh, give me the money so we can rebuild your roof or whatever it is, only to run off with it. Okay, what happened down in Dumagetti happened because people are following each other down there. Okay, that man hadn't done enough work for me to jump on that like that. Okay, they were following each other, and that could happen anywhere. And none of they women really knew what to do. See, my woman, that was her job before she even built this house, was deeds, taxes, okay, and all of that, deeds of sale, and all of that stuff, see? She was knowledgeable in that already. Clean titles. She had to go make sure titles were clean. That's what Marilyn's job was doing before she met me. That's a big advantage. You go and see Old Dog Nutrition. His woman knew nothing about that. So that means he knew nothing about it. And the rest of those guys, they were just following other people. I feel bad for what happened to them. It's terrible. Man, I would be sick. I would be physically sick if somebody did me like that. But you can avoid that. You know. He said, they also do like Mexicans. The whole family gets together and buys a vehicle. They share the monthly costs and share the vehicle. Yeah. But if you build a big house, okay, now you dirty puppy's different since King B brought that up. He's a good guy. He's smart. You know, he owns a business in America. He's not a dummy. But the woman he's dealing with, is responsible for 7 children. So he had to buy a big house like that. If he was going to build a house, he could have built a house like this, but they'd have been all over each other. Okay, now if you're gonna deal with a woman that's got 6 or 7 children, now your costs are gonna go up. Everything's gonna go up. Even if you rent him, because he had to rent 2 apartments here. There wasn't one apartment big enough to accommodate everybody. So you got to know going in, okay, this woman's got 7 children. That's going to cost me a whole lot. I couldn't afford to take care of a woman and 7 children. Okay, he's got that kind of money. He can. But this is what I'm saying. Everybody's situation is different when people talk about budgets and, well, how much is it going to cost me to live over there? Well, how many people are you going to take care of? First of all, that's part of your lifestyle. Everybody's not the same, man. Okay? Some people do come over here and live on $1,000 per month. But they're usually by themselves. I've got a friend, his name is Samuel. I want to say he's from Cleveland. He came to my meet and greet in Angeles City. But he's one of one. He's 70 years old. He lives up in Luzon, way past Angeles City. He made a special trip to the meet and greet. He lives by himself. Absolutely by himself. I guarantee you his cost of living is less than, $1,000 a month. All he does is work out and exercise. He lives in the province. But he's in better shape than anybody I've ever met over here. He would be 72 now. Everybody's lifestyle is different, though. He said, when I was in Albay, it was every few hours the power went out. Now, there are places like that here. Or it happens so often. And see, here at least they'll give you a notice in St. Carlos. They'll put it on Facebook. Okay, such and such date, the power is going to be off from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So you can make plans. When I was in Zamboanga City, man, they don't tell you. And the worst time to have a brownout is at night. You can't go to the mall. You can't go outside. You just got to suffer. Dad Master Ricky said, I always say if I'm going to live in a country ran by a criminal government, it's going to be a tropical one. I love the tropics. That's 50% of the reason I'm still here. The weather. Drago and Gober says, I would do what you did, Cal. Build me a house to my liking rather than buying an existing house and you don't know what you might run into. Yeah, or, you don't have to spend so much money. What's the point of being in the Philippines? Because people argue all the time. You'll see people, it's expensive in the Philippines. Right? Hey, Sonny D, thanks for that super chat. He said, get the guest house ready. I'm coming to visit with Big Shirley. Yeah, well, that bed over there, whole Big Shirley. That's like over here, a queen size is really like a full size in America. But I got a real mattress and box spring over there. But thank you. Yeah, he says he would rather build one to his liking. Yeah, but people always tell me, it's expensive over here in the Philippines. You can't argue that the cost of living over here is a lot lower than in America, no matter where you live in America. But if you come over here and you bring that same taste with you, and you want to live exactly the way you were living over there, then you're probably going to pay the exact same amount of money, more than likely. Especially when you're talking about eating out all the time. Okay, because the burger that I fell in love with at Texas Royal is 695 pesos. We can buy a whole meal for that here in St. Carlos City. I can buy either chicken wings and chicken breast. Chicken breast is 300 pesos per kilo. That's 2.5 pounds of chicken I'm going to get for 300. Then, you can buy a kilo of rice for 60 pesos. That's 360. Then then vegetables. Okay, you're going to spend I'm telling you, you're going to feed 4 or 5 people. But what we're doing We're paying 600. I did that because, we're out with friends. We don't typically do that. You don't come to the Philippines to spend 695 pesos. And they have one more expensive than that, 750. And then right next door, if you go to TGI Friday, it's 850 for a burger. That's on special occasions, man. Yeah, the Honda Beat. That's it, Sir Ronald. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's why I couldn't think about it. That's the smaller one. You can get that for about $1,000. He said, what was the name of the person that built the house cheap? Well, I spent, if you go back, the peso is 57.88. Divide $1 million into that. It wasn't 20,000, but at the time I built this house, going on 4 years ago, it was about 50 pesos to the dollar. Excuse me. So I gave him $20,000, 1 million pesos, which now to build this house, it would cost you about 17,000. And you're done with it. Okay, you can lease the land. I spent another about 5,500 to 6,000 on the guest house. Then about another 5,000 on the gate over there. And I'm done. You know how much rent I've saved in those almost 4 years? I've just about got my money back. Because if you're going to rent a place like this, you're going to pay at least 25 or 30,000 or more. So you times that per month. Okay, by what? 36 now. About 42 months we've been in here now. And see what that comes up with. I've already got my money back. And I don't have to worry about, if I got sick, now all I got to do is pay my electric bill, which is usually about $8,000 a month. The water bill is usually about $400 a month. And then my food. That's all I would have to worry about. We don't need Wi-Fi. Give me my electric, give me my water, and food. I don't have the rent to worry about. And my daughter's going to have a place to live. You know how important that is? If you decide to have children over here, I don't want my daughter growing up in the province. Not to say there's anything wrong with that, but not my daughter. I don't want her growing up in a squatters area. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't want, I couldn't sleep at night knowing that. The only reason my son was down in Zamboanga in the squatters area because she wouldn't let him live with me. But that's important to me. It's important to my other children I'm taking care of in there. That they got a place to come home and rest and sleep and, open the refrigerator and get something to eat. That's important to me. That's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do over here. Anywhere. He says, it's ironic, a financial guy, the car dealer got ripped off. Yeah, but see, he's in a whole different country. Okay? And neither him or his woman knew how things worked over here. They were going on the word of somebody else. And that happens a lot over here. Well, I'm sorry, I got to do my research on my own. I was fortunate that I had a woman who was already immersed in that world. She could go to City Hall and ask certain questions. Okay? It's important that my woman had a college degree, man. I'm not going to deal with a dummy. Not saying his woman or anybody's woman's a dummy, but I'm not. At my stage in my life, and I talked about this many times on vlogs, I need a woman that can help me at 60-something years old. She don't have to be a 20-something-year-old dime piece that can't do anything for me, really. I'm 8,000 miles from home. I need a woman, okay, that can help me, that can do some stuff. Okay, that can make some moves, that knows some people. That's just me. Some guys don't think like that. They just think, okay, I just want a nice-looking woman. That's all I need. I need a little bit more. Yeah, Sarana Lot says, I'm under 20,000, 1.5 story, 550 square feet. Sounds small, but that's all you need, and it's a mansion for a Filipino. Yeah, he's talking from experience. He's echoing what I'm saying. He knows I'm not lying. That's what I'm going to be talking about on my next vlog. When guys watch these videos, they have no idea what we're talking about for real. They don't know if it's real life in the Philippines or if it's clickbait, because that's part of the frustration. You don't know if the guy talking to you is giving you real information. But somebody like Saran a lot, who lives here, he can vouch for what I say. He knows I'm not lying. A 550 square foot house is what he's built. It's a mansion for the woman that he's dealing with. A 650 square. You don't think that Marilyn is head over heels about this house? She can't believe that she's got this house. She never dreamed of this before. Okay, and all we spent was $20,000. All I spent was $20,000 for it, and I'm done. But y'all really don't know until you get over here. Then you're gonna have that aha moment. It's gonna start clicking. Oh, it's just what he's talking about. Whatever it is. Mike Dawsonville said, 7 children, wow. Yeah, but everybody's different, She was the one who, what I'm saying, turned him on. She just so happened to be responsible for 7 children. I think 6, and then I think she takes care of one of her nieces. Everybody's different, man. You got to meet you dirty puppy to see what a great guy he is. He's just got that kind of heart. He really don't care. He looks at it as trying to break the cycle of poverty. That's where I got that from. He said, Cal, that's why I'm doing everything, that I do over here. I want to break the cycle of poverty in this family. He said, he's better than I am. Hell no, 7 kids. But, everybody's different. He said, Ultra One says, I've been renting the same condo for 2 years now. It's safe, secure, and quiet. Yeah, remember, the lower your rent and the lower your cost of living, the lower your security. And it's usually the opposite of that. If you're spending big money for a condominium or a house in a gated community, then your security level goes up. But you can find that middle of the road, which is what I did. But a lot of times things just fall into place. I knew nothing about San Carlos City. It's just that I happened to meet a woman who was from San Carlos. I came in here, and San Carlos turned out to be what it is. One of the cleanest cities in the Philippines. Very low crime, man. If somebody gets shot or something like that, it's a big deal here. Wide open spaces that you very seldom see in the Philippines. It's not congested here. And it's not like Lapu-Lapu. There would not be a center mall in Lapu-Lapu. It would be squatters all over that place. Anybody who's been in San Carlos City will tell you how wide open it is here. See, that appeals to me. Yeah, it's another one, Disco Forever. Yeah, a Honda Wave too. He said for $58,000. Yeah. He said, but condo life is kind of boring and isolating sometimes. I feel cut off from the world. It's almost like it's one of the reasons I don't spend a lot on hotels, because I'm a be outside, and that's what I would say to you. I would say get out. I would use the condo, to sleep and relax and, shit, shower, and shave, basically. That's why, IT Park and BGC and all those places are so nice. Because there's so much to do all around you. But you got that safety and security of having your own place. The privacy. But I know it can get boring, because we stay in condos all the time when we travel. It's so quiet. It's like you don't see anybody unless you see them on the elevator. But I would be outside. Like a couple of my friends live in Solanea, and they just walk over to Ayala. It's right across from Ayala Park, and Ayala Mall, and they live in the Cebu Business Park. It's a lot to do around there. Nightlife, and the first time I ever went to a social club in Ayala Mall, man, it's nice. I had no idea. I hear people talking about it. They got a live band every night. See, that's where I would be. I wouldn't be bored if I lived, in a place like that. But it's really, really nice. It's on the top floor in Ayala Mall, and then when you go up there, it's all kind of different restaurants, nicer restaurants. I was really shocked. I'd heard so much about that social club. He said, Jollibee, I can feed a whole two families for about $30. It isn't bad. Yeah, I gotta be hungry, man, to eat Jollibee and McDonald's and all that. It's not satisfying. That burger was satisfying. I mean, where you just like biting into it. You just love the taste in your mouth and everything about it was good. It's satisfying. It's a lot of food. You go to the Morning Glory Grill, same thing. I mean, the food is just delicious, man. I don't know what people talk about all the food here, man. You don't know what you're talking about. I mean, that's foolishness. I got to push back on that. We ate yesterday morning at Cafe Bob's in Bacolod. Man, you can find good places in the Philippines, man, all around you to eat. I don't know, of course, you're talking about street food, guys. I get it. The street food isn't the same as it is in some places, in some other places. But you're gonna say that that the food here is bad, man? Y'all crazy, man. It's not true. You got the wrong people cooking your food. Merlin's making homemade bulalo soup in there. That's beef, by the way. Bulalo is a cut of steak, like the shank. Man, it's tender. It's delicious with carrots, potatoes, corn, those different type of bananas. Because they got like 6 type of bananas, like the cooking bananas, the kind that you stew and you eat. It's so delicious. I haven't had a bad meal since I've been to the Philippines in over 16 years. But they'll say all the food's terrible. What are you talking about? A lot of the cultural stuff I don't eat. But I'm not going to say it's terrible because I don't eat. I love chitlins. But some people say, oh man, I wouldn't eat chitlins. But yeah. We got this guy. Let's get him. I got him. People are so ignorant. They think they're slick. He's trying to go N-I-G-G. Well, you didn't get it, dude. Yeah, he said the requirement for the SRV is $1,000 a month pension. Some it's $800, depending on which one. But I'm saying, if you get the 13A, Frank Ellis, you get basically the same benefits. You're a permanent resident. It's a permanent resident visa. It's not a retirement visa, but you're both permanent residents. Okay, you can go to school here. You can open a business here on the 13A. He said, but I was talking about that YouTuber you said that was in the mountains and built his house cheap. I don't know who you're talking about. Now, there was a guy that I met at the immigration. He lived in Bogo, which is right outside Bacolod. Him and his wife, because they're married, he spent $12,000 on his house, but they built it on land that the family owned. And they owned he took the extra money, they opened up a pizza place. He invited me to come there. Said, it'd be on him. I never went. Excuse me, but he showed me the house. It's nice. You can do that here, man. There's no way you can't do that here. What's more important than your living accommodation, where you live? That's why I know that when I get back, guys, I promise you I'm going to do it. It's already, I put it out there in the universe. I already got the first piece of land over in Toledo. I'm going to build these small houses. We're going to sell them to foreigners, man. It's better than buying a condo. It's going to be your house. Maryland's either going to lease you the land if if you're not married or whatever, or if you want to give the woman the land, they'll sell you the land too. But it's going to be the house and lot included. For what? 10, 15, 20,000, man, you're done with it. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, no rent, no mortgage. Man, when I first started coming over to the Philippines, that's the very first thing that caught my attention. That people over here, a lot of times they'll build their house on the Filipino mortgage. With the Filipino mortgage, they'll pay a little bit at a time, okay? They'll have maybe 5,000. They'll build until that's gone. Then they'll stop. Then they'll 5,000 more until it's done. But when it was done, there was no mortgage. I come from the 30-year mortgage. Man, that thing that's a monster. It keeps me up at night. I didn't want any parts of that. But when I came over here, I was like, wow, I can do that. I can build a house like that where I have no mortgage, free and clear. Nobody. So for people who want to push back and say, oh, well, that's not your house. Well, there is no mortgage on this house, period. Whoever owns it. It's free and clear. Yeah, we pay about 2,000 pesos a year in property tax. But that's the whole thing about it. No rent or mortgage. Okay? We've been living here in October to be 4 years. And you times that by about 30,000 per month. Because that's what you're going to pay a little bit more to rent a compound like this. With a house, a guest house, and all that. And the big size lot we've got, you say 30 or 35,000. I've already got my money back. He said, I thought you as an American couldn't own in the Philippines. Well, I didn't build this house to own it, guys. I built it to live in it. I didn't own a house in America. I had a mortgage on a house, but that house belonged to the bank. Because, John, when me and my wife, my American wife, got a divorce, guess what? The bank took that house back because she didn't want to buy it from me. I didn't own that house over there. Why are we so worried about that? People who are worried about that, they don't own anything at home. Why are you worried about that? That's why I didn't spend $200,000, John, for a house over here. You've heard it. Don't invest any more that you can afford to walk away. 30, 35,000 what I spent on this whole compound is not going to make or break me. And I got a daughter here. Okay, she's got to have a place to stay. But it was never about me owning it. It was always a dream of mine to build a house over here, free and clear with no mortgage. I did that. Everybody knows I own this house, even though technically I don't. Because technically at home I didn't own the house. And if you think you own that house, stop making payments on it then. We'll see how much you own that house over there. And when you die, you can't take it with you. I'm not in that kind of mindset. That's the Western mindset, guys. I left that back. It's been gone for about 5 years now, that Western sort of thinking. Yeah, I got rid of him. He said somebody's being real stupid. And yeah, I got rid of him. He said, why is your light bill so expensive, Cal? Well, San Carlos City just has high, electric There's the electric company. You know, it's all different wherever you live. That's one thing I know. Remember, these islands are different, guys. They're basically their own states, basically. Okay, all just like in America, but they all fly under their Filipino flag. But okay, say for instance, okay, I'm glad you brought this up though, because it's in the news today in the Sun Star. Now imagine this. Hundreds of condo units in Cebu City, they lost power because the developer hadn't been paying the electric bill. Now imagine you done bought a condo. Now it's been cut off since for 2 days now. And the water's running out. He hasn't paid the water or the electric. Now that's Visayan Electric Company that runs the electric in Cebu. And they said, we've got a contract with the developer, not the individual tenants. So they pay the developer, and he's supposed to pay the electric company. The elevators aren't working. They've got elderly people in these buildings. But every place has its own electric company. See, we've got, I forgot the name of it here, but it's one of the highest in the Philippines. Mine's is 8,000. Well, it's a whole lot better than 17,000 that he jumped up there, Mike. So, you know, it's usually in St. Carlos City, it's about normal where we are now. Because when we had our 2-bedroom that we were renting before we built this house, it was usually somewhere around 6, 7, 8,000. It just depends on where you live. And remember, we got this aircon because of Booby. It runs 24/7 just about. Yeah, he tried to come with that N word. You know, people are ignorant, man. You know what I'm saying? These guys are fragile. They really need to, you know, to get better. But yeah, Saran a lot. See, he says you can't own land, but you can own the house that you pay for and built. Just need a contract with the family and lawyer involved. But you got a family over here. I don't think you're worried about that. I don't think if you and her got a divorce that you would take that house from your kids. See, that's my whole point. I'm in the Philippines, you know. It's just something I wanted to do for my family here. This is where I live now. This is where my life is. When I go home, I'm going to make that clear to them. Yeah, I'm going to start coming back more often. But my life is in the Philippines for the foreseeable future. Now, if I'm fortunate enough and I start drawing my Medicare at 65, we're going to, you know, revisit this conversation because I'm not going to give up my health care. I'm sorry. I don't have that kind of money to self-insure like that. And me being familiar with Medicare for all those years, Medicare is a good-ass insurance. I don't care what people tell you. You try buying an insurance policy like Medicare and see how much it's going to cost you. They got a low ass. When I stopped selling Medicare insurance policies, I'm almost sure the deductible was $240 or something ridiculous like that. Okay? For Part B. It was real low. And for Part A, I think it was like for your first, for your deductible, it was like $1,000 or something. Guys, it's ridiculous. Y'all better know what y'all talking about. Put some respect on Medicare. It's a hell of an insurance policy. That's why they want Medicare for all over there. You know, you get these scaremongers and people talking crazy about, oh, yeah, you know, the people selling supplements and stuff like that. Man, Medicare by itself is a damn good insurance. Okay. Hey, he says, expat from UK. I live in Bangabang, Mindoro. They got some nice beaches there. Oh, come on. He said, are you saying I didn't need to send her $1,000 a week? But you're making a joke out of that, Steve. But guess what? There's people doing that over here. Not 1,000 a week, but there was a guy who follows me. He came over here for 3 days. The woman turned him out. Okay, he went back, started the visa process, and was sending the woman 40,000 pesos a month. He didn't realize that she had a Japanese guy that she went through the whole thing with too, the whole engagement thing, and he's sending her 30,000 a month. So she's getting 70,000 pesos a month just for being a long distance girlfriend. Okay. The only thing that saved this guy was her best friend was jealous and told him. See? So if you stay around long enough, they're gonna vet the woman for you. She told on the girl. She says, and they always get you with this. Oh, you're a good man and you deserve better than this. But she's got a Japanese boyfriend too. And she's using you. Okay? That's how she told him. He was giving her, she was getting 70,000. That's just from her. But nowadays, because everybody's making videos, and you'll see them out here. Oh, Filipinos are westernized, and they become monsters, and this and that, right? We did that simply because we're spending way too much money on them than we have to. Oh, way too much. We overspend it. I don't know why. I guess it's just like I said right here. It says a lot of men who come here have no chance with women at home. Zero at all. If you see some of the men over here, they have no chance in hell of having a woman anywhere but the Philippines. Okay? I guess they overcompensate for that. They're saying, oh, they're so happy. And they say, oh, I know I would never have a woman like you. So here's 2,000, 100,000 pesos a month, because we think, oh, that's not that much. I was giving my ex-wife more than that. I mean, this guy's over here that's giving women. I mean, the women are rich. They're richer than me because of the money that the guy's giving them. Whole lot richer. I mean, that's the best job that you could have over here, is being in a relationship with a gullible foreigner who doesn't know what he's doing over here. He thinks that everything is the same as it is in his country, not realizing you're on the other end of the world, sir. It doesn't take that kind of money to survive over here. And by the way, she was surviving on a tiny amount of what you're giving her before she met you, and she was happy. She was very happy. But you won't know that until you get over here and you live. And you come in contact with people, you get to meet people. And you learn about the culture and all of that. That a lot of people over here are content with their lives. You might not understand it. It don't make sense to you. It's not supposed to make sense to you. But you come over here, you're going to save the day. You're going to break the cycle of poverty or whatever it is. You'll show her. And then, it's all waste. But all you got to do is come over here, let the dust settle, and see how things operate over here. And you'll be like, oh, okay, I see how to move now. I see that instead of 1,000 a month, hell, I can give her 10,000 a month, and that'll be too much for doing nothing, just being your girlfriend. She don't have to work for it. If a woman's earning 10,000 over here, she's working like a Hebrew slave. She's working 6 days a week, 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day. Okay, this is what you don't know. So you give her 10,000 because it ain't that much money to you in America. But over here, it's a lot. And remember, she don't have to work for it. See? That's the kicker there. Because if you earning 10, 15, 20,000 over here, you earning it. There's no telling what they have to do for that. Steve says the USA recent hospital shooting. That's a damn shame. Yeah, that social club over there is nice. Sherman Bar. It's really nice. Yeah, Jollibee spicy chicken. It is good, but it's just a snack for me. I wouldn't have that as dinner unless I didn't have a choice. He said, why work a job when you can work a simp? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, see? But we don't understand. We give them a whole lot more than that. You see all these videos, it's like, oh, I'm not taking care of the family. You're lying probably. If you're giving that woman all that money, she's helping the family. There is no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You can't get around that. Guys, that's what I'm saying. On this next video, I'm going to put y'all up on some stuff. You're going to be able to know, well, you're not going to be able to know whether it's real Philippines or clickbait until you get over here. But I'm going to tell you that they're going to take care of their family. Okay, so you can see these videos all you want about, oh, do I have to take care of it? No, you don't have to do anything over here. But she's going to do it. There's no way you're going to upgrade her life and the family don't benefit. They're going to benefit some kind of way. They're going to be over here cutting your grass, cooking the food. They're going to be doing something, washing the clothes. If you with a woman, man, and she's okay with you not helping her family, or she's not helping her family, man, you with the wrong woman over here. This is the Philippines, okay? You with the wrong woman. If she's okay with you, okay, excluding her family and all of that, you with the wrong woman over here. Them guys are lying to you. Okay, I wouldn't want to be with a woman who doesn't want to help her family. You got to understand what you're walking into over here. Okay? You got to understand what you're walking into over here. Before you agree to all of that, see, that's what I'm telling y'all. They want the commitment online because they know you don't really know what you're committing to. And then you get over here. You committing to a whole lot, buddy. A whole lot more than what you think. A whole lot more than what you think. But Frank says a bunch of sucker MCs online. No. If you want what's over here, man, you gotta pay for it, Frank. What's wrong with that? Okay, even when you say you don't want a relationship, you're gonna go to the bars. Guess what? It's gonna cost you. And then look what you're getting. Somebody sloppy temps. I wouldn't deal with a bar girl, man. Not me. Everybody's different, man. I don't knock you for that. I don't want that. I'm not laying down with that like that, man. I'm sorry. I'm not laying down with that. Yeah. He's doing my towels out here. And he's cutting the towels, fitting them in around the fence and different things. It really looks good. He said 580 round trip tickets being initially offered. Modoc stock. They're going back down to normal. It's so many flights coming over here. I came over here in December of 2018. I paid less than $600 for a round trip. Okay, I spent about a little bit over $1,800 for 3 people. But you got to realize I also paid for the choice of seats. Yeah, the unspoken agreement, they don't think it's real. But you better ask them, well, what am I paying for when I get over there? It's unthinking of a man to come over here in this circumstances and want to be cheap or trying to get something for nothing. I'm not talking about being a fool. I'm not talking about overspending and all of that. But to be coming over here, you have no idea what you're talking about. You're lying to people when you say that. And I wouldn't listen to you. And I don't help our family. And all that stuff. Bullshit, man. You don't know the struggle over here. You've never been here before for you to say that. And I'm not going to sit around and eat good and watch while somebody else is starving. Even if they're around the corner. You got guys, I'm moving away from my family. Yeah, okay. At your detriment. That woman ain't gonna know nobody. She gonna be miserable. Okay, when she don't have no family and friends, only you. As she gets old. He said, what does school tuition cost you for your daughter? About 80,000 pesos a year in a prestigious nursing school. Certainly one of the most prestigious on Negros Island. So what is that, about 1,400 a year? What's up, Jack? He said, when you leaving, Cal, you gonna vlog from there? Yeah, I'm only gonna be gone a couple of weeks, Jack. But let me get off here, guys. I've been on here long. Is the food ready?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, it's ready already. I'm hungry.
Almost 2 o'clock.
And I got to do a lot of stuff today. I'm going to the gym, but I got to make a lot of these copies and stuff for this exit clearance. I'm going to get it done here because I know where to get it done. They want 2 copies of this, 4 copies of this. It's a long list of shit, man. And when I was in Zamboanga, I just let them do it. They did it for me. All I had to do was go get the damn 2x2 pictures. The people at immigration did it because they didn't have nothing to do. There's nobody going to the immigration in Zamboanga. It's the fastest immigration in the Philippines. I mean, they did my exit clearance just like that. I promise you, I was out of there in 30 minutes. But I'll be in Manila getting it done, so it's going to be a whole different thing. I'm going to just wait till I get to the airport because Kaz told me it's quick. He said, shoulders, look at it like this. They are overseas paying for the girl's family and her Filipino boyfriend and his family so they can say whatever they want about not helping the family. Well, that's a long distance. That's a whole different story. I'm talking about when you live over here. Okay? There is no, oh, I'm not going to help the family. Well, that's unthinking of you. What kind of woman do you have? Do you think Marilyn? I wouldn't be with Marilyn if she felt that way about her family and her mother and all of that and didn't want to help them. You know, like I said, you don't have to go broke. But what did it look like we eating good and her mother's over there starving? See, most of the people that you deal with over here, like the brother, her brothers, they got their own families. They got their own jobs and stuff. But you're going to help somebody. Somebody's going to benefit from that relationship, guys. This is the Philippines and in America. Even in America it does. Okay? He said, question, but do her family have to come live with you? No, they don't have to come to live with you. Okay? That's not what I'm saying. They're going to benefit some kind of way, though. If you give the woman $10,000, okay, most of the women, well, everybody knows this by now, but I think I'm one of the first that ever told you this. The women that we deal with, they're a special breed. Usually they're the money, the breadwinners in the family, man. So you're going to take her from her job. The money most of the money she's earning, she's giving to her family. Because more than likely she's living with her family. So you take her out of the house, you take the money out of the house, you got to put that money back. I mean, what kind of man would do that? Oh, I'm taking the woman and we're moving to Cebu. Or I'm going to get as far away from the family as possible. Because it's always an emergency. That's not always the case. But you better save some money because you're responsible. This is what you don't understand. If something happened to Marilyn, who do you think they're going to come to for the bill? Huh? Did you ever think about that? If something happened to her mother? I know I'm not legally responsible. If something happened to one of them kids in there. But do you ever think about that? Well, you need to think about it when you come over here jumping in relationships and stuff. I start listening to some people like me who know what I'm talking about in certain matters. Okay? If you don't have insurance on yourself, at least have it on the woman. Feel help or whatever it is they got over here. Because you're responsible. You think you're just going to come over here and just, beat the woman's pussy up? That's all y'all want to do for free? These women aren't stupid, man. There's a reason they invite your ass over here. Okay? It's not just so they can give you pussy all the time. Okay? I'm sorry. But that's what you guys think. Oh, the poor. Don't mean they stupid. That's all y'all want. All y'all want is a pussy. We always talk about what the Filipino want. What you want? We know what you want. But you're afraid to say it. You're ashamed. It wouldn't. They never make a video like that. What foreigners want. Okay? Y'all won't click on that. You're too damn embarrassed. You're ashamed. That's what you come over here for. Just be honest about it. Because everybody knows that's what you're here for. You can lie to yourself. They know. That's why they give it to you in abundance that they do. But you better do what you're supposed to do. You better do what you're supposed to do. But take care, everybody. Thank y'all so much for your super chats, super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders. He said, bro, when you go to school, people call you Mr. Clean Up. I just went bald over here. I'm just glad I got the head for it. Okay? At least I'm not ashamed. What is that? Who are you with on the... You want to come on here one time? Debate me on either shut up or come forward. Either one. Yeah, he said any man that got to ask questions about the woman's family, the Philippines is not for them. Deal with the woman back in the West. Well, you just know what you stepping into, guys. And a lot of us don't know. We don't know what we're really getting into. You just see these guys over here with these young, attractive women. And you think, oh, that's all it is to it. It's a whole lot more to it than they're letting on to you about. They're trying to be the exception. There is no exception when it comes to that. If you got a young, attractive woman over here, you're paying some kind of way, man. You're paying her tuition. You're doing something, man. You're not getting it for free. That's not how it works over here. That's not the reason they're with you. Have you seen some of the men over here and some of the women they're with, and you're going to tell me that they don't want the money that he's got? You're fooling yourself. It's because you've never been over here. You see some of the men that come over here, and you see the women that with them. You know why they with them. Don't fool yourself. Look in the mirror. Look real, real hard. And you ought to know that there ain't no woman gonna just want you for you. Okay? Those type of men don't show up over here. Most of the men who show up over here now, since the COVID and the gates is open up, they broken down. They have no shot at all of getting a woman at home. Their last hope is here. And they show up here. But it costs them. And they're not mad about it. They're happy to pay. They're happy to pay. And the smart ones, they know that, man, it only costs me a fraction for this young, attractive woman than what some big Shirley is going to cost me at home. Just living at home by yourself over there costs you a fortune. You can take that money and come over here and have your damn piece that's going to do anything that you want her to do. But don't fool yourself, see? Don't lie to yourself. When you see these guys, look at them. What you thinking women are with us for? Every vlogger you see. And the ones that you don't see a woman with, these are the ones you should question. But y'all follow them all the more. You think that they're playboys, that they're just running around in the Philippines having any woman they want, man. It's foolishness. They're dealing with bar girls then. Anybody can do that. That's an illusion. Okay, I'm trying to give you as much of the real Philippines as I possibly can. Okay, that ain't happening, man. They lying. Okay, in order for you to get between the legs of these women over here, you better be making some promises. You got some promises, dude, that you making. All of us are. You done promised her something. They're not that way. Take care, guys.